Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IPL 1000, the biggest, the grandest tournament in the Illuvium scene. Just the World Championship is a little bit bigger, and we got Silent and Caveman here with us today, as always. Hey guys, how is it going?
Going well, very, very good. I'm just extremely excited.
Figure out who is going to make it into the World Championship, and I am really pumped to see who's going to make it through, who's going to be in the top, whatever this, whoever's going to be top in today. We already have a lot of good players that got knocked out early in this tournament, so now I'm curious, is there going to be any major upsets in that top 63? If you check the IPL Global Leaderboard, there's a lot of people that are pretty all around the same. There's a lot of tiebreakers at the bottom, so this could be determining who's going to be knocked out, who's going to have to try and get in that final call to be able to squeeze into this the World Championship.
100%. Today, of course, is the semifinals. Tomorrow we have the grand finals. But this is maybe even more important for the players today, because just making it into the grand finals secures you, I think, enough IPL points to get into the World Championship. So just making it through today and in this stage that we are right now in the best of three that's coming up is super, super important for some of these players just to make it into the World's finals. And yeah, let's go quickly over the rules as we always do. We're going to keep it short and sweet. And quickly go over the IPL, the Illuvium Pro League. Today is the IPL 1000, and we have 64 players that started today in this tournament. The top 32 IPL players and the top 32 by the Open Sit and Go qualifier. So we are right now at the last best of three here in day number 1, where we go from 16 down to 8 players. Then tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, the grand finals stream is gonna go live with, again, the 19 points checkmate format with a maximum of 6 games to be played, which is gonna be very, very exciting yet again. And then we're gonna have our grand champion, who is gonna win $7,000. Second place for $3,000. And yeah, all the way down, everybody's in the money in this tournament. And here we can see we are at the end. November, last IPL 1000. It has been so good already, but even more is to come, and it's going to get even better. We have the final call next weekend, where the top 12 players can get into the World Championship as a last final call. And then we have the World Finals the 2 weekends after that.
Yeah, that'll be absolutely exciting. This entire month has been just exciting overall, and yet we're still not letting up on the gas. Should be a fun time, of course, with not just our IPL 1000 today, but the final call. I think later on we'll probably mention it, but the format of the final call, do we know how that's going to work?
Yes, sir. Hey, we didn't practice this, but this was right on cue. Here is the final call World's qualifier format. It's very easy, so it's a very small flowchart right here. So first we have a 24-hour sit and go qualifier, where the best 8 games count. So if you knock out 8 really good games, you can stop after 8 games. But many people will grind a lot of games. They have 24 hours to get the best 8 games in. After that, the top 32 players, which are not yet qualified for Worlds. So this tournament is only for non-qualified for Worlds players, obviously, because those 32 top players from the sit and go qualifier will go into a 6-game Swiss tournament. So everybody plays 6 games. After which the top 12 qualify for the World Finals.
Should be an absolute fantastic time. I'm glad that it's 24 hours with your best 8 games. That way there's no time zone discrepancies. Everybody can get involved, and this should be absolutely incredible.
Real quick, I just want to make sure that the audio is coming through for Silent. Erica is mentioning that he is not having any voice.
I was going to say, you can hear me, which is interesting.
I hear him. I see it also on OBS. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe Erica, you have Salam muted. I do that sometimes too. When
I might have been a little bit quiet, or maybe my mouth was moving while I didn't have my push to talk on. So maybe that was something.
Let us know in chat if everything is all right, sound and video. This is obviously a live streamed event, so there can always be hiccups, but I think we should be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the help, though. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, $150,000 on the line in the World Championship. Today it's $20,000. Big money week after week. Caveman, how jealous are you that you're not going to be playing the World Championship?
Oh, don't bring it up, man. I'm literally just like, especially I was reading the patch notes and I'm like, oh, come on, let's break it out. Let's get back in there. Like next week I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing pretty hard. And if for some reason things are coming and it's just flowing well, I'm definitely gonna be trying to do something in the final call. Like I just have to. I don't think I can just sit here and not, I'm too competitive.
Might as well give it a shot.
I mean, there's like 3 wildcard slots, right? 1, 2, 3. Completely break the stream for the finals and just get ourselves. No, that'd be kind of funny, but not funny at the same time for everybody else watching. But
yeah, I think it's
you still got next week.
Yeah, today we have 3 wildcard invitees actually, and I think then for the World Championship it's actually going to be 4. But those are reserved for the biggest and best TFT streamers, I believe, something in that category. Yeah. So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, maybe not reserved for us, but we'll see.
Would be funny.
Yes.
But not at the same time.
Yes, sir. Are there quizzes today? Trivia? No trivia yet. Maybe we bring it back for the World Championship. You can always leave us some feedback in the Illuvium Discord. That's where all the communication happens with Illuvium, the players, and the dev team, the CEO. Everyone is just in there talking to each other. So definitely should check that out. And you can always let us know in there if you want us to bring trivia back and stuff like that. We do have 2 discs left to be given out, so those are going to be maybe today or tomorrow just randomly given to some chatters. Maybe for tomorrow we get some more. We shall see. So the players are finishing up right now. We have 4 lobbies here in the quarterfinals. But the only one that is done yet, I believe, is lobby number 3 here, because here first place has 21 points, which can only be done with 3 games. So I believe Steigen, Thanatos, Wolverine, and Lemko are in the quarterfinals. And
sounds good. May I actually bug you?
Yeah.
And bug you to take a look at the top 64, because we actually had a lot of players that we would normally be kind of accustomed to making it through, did not actually make it on through, including, we just kind of saw there a second ago, last week's winner, Slooper, got knocked out in the round of 64. So that is an incredible knockout for everybody in that lobby there. But they're in lobby 8. But granted, that was, again, a rather strong lobby. You got Furies, you got Hollow, Thanatos, Declan, who's been kind of showing up as of late on the ranked ladder, doing a good job. And then Slooper, by quite a rather large margin at that, 8 points separated 4th and 5th.
Oh, wow.
So that top 4 absolutely dominated their lobby. Mm-hmm. But if I recall correctly, that's not necessarily the only upset. I think either in one of the ones above you here.
Yeah, there's Web3 Gaming up, I think, just one lobby above. Maybe it's 2 lobbies. So super.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, super interesting to see, some of the major players not in here that are already at the top of the IPL leaderboard. Maybe they're just tied up. Maybe they're busy, and they already know that they got into the Worlds. They just don't have the time to work on this. So very interesting to see who's going to be, pushing forward into and what the different training cycles.
It's still definitely surprising, though, because you might be locked into the Worlds, but this is still a good weekend to score some prize in. But it's just going to show that it's not just them. It's everybody who's up in their game here. Looking over onto the other side, you've got Zabrochin, Kuligas. They're pushing hard. Dr. Spoon with a fantastic finish here as well with Nariba. And a couple of our other ranked grinders that I see on there constantly. Plebson, Unhappy. See them pretty well constantly, but just unfortunately falling a little bit short.
Yeah, and if we look at Dr. Spoon and Patat from Hype, both of them are literally pretty much at the bottom of the IPL leaderboard. Either of them could get knocked out, and every point's going to matter at this end. And Dr. Spoon making it through here is really significant. It might have solidified him making it into the World Championship. So he's got to be feeling pretty good pushing through there. So it'll be Yeah, like I said, the point distribution at the end is going to be really interesting to break down, and hopefully we'll be able to have a final recap right after the finals tomorrow. That'd be awesome. We're going to try and do that for you guys, but yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, after the game tomorrow, after the grand finals are over tomorrow, all the IPL tournaments where there is points on the line is going to be over, which means the top 48 are going to be locked in, and we're going to know who is going to be invited. Right now, that cutoff is at Luik's round here, 23 points, but that's going to change a lot because all 64 players in the IPL 1000 get IPL points. So this is going to move around a lot, and we're definitely going to check it out after the finals tomorrow, who actually made it into the World Finals.
There's a lot of names that I see there too that have actually already been knocked out. Like Unhappy, for example, Bad Borges has already fallen. I believe the show got knocked out as well. AI Blaze still hanging in there, so them having a solid run here today could very well move them up forward. Texan, I believe, is still, at least in the quarterfinals, might still have a game going. And if I recall correctly, Dr. Spoon was one of those bubble players as well.
Balance also made it in. Shout out to him, Illuvium Mod, and had a really tough lobby as well.
Yep.
There we go. But the fight for this bubble spot here is going to be absolutely incredible. And then this hurts for Patat in particular. They were absolutely on the bubble. They needed a solid finish. Granted, they got into the round of 64, but I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be enough to push them forward.
And there's Dr. Spoon at 63.
Yeah, there it is.
He's got a V-pump to get in and hopefully be able to secure that 48.
Yes, sir. I love to see it. And yeah, for players like Patat who didn't make it in today, who are not in the top 48, that's where the final call event comes out. And you can still get in through that. But we'll see how many sleepers will awake with that tournament. We might have a lot of TFT pros because this is like effectively right now 3 weekends of work for potential of $50,000 first prize in the grand finals in the World Championship. So the return of investment is insane for any pro player who just wants to come in and make some money. And yeah, we might have a lot of people on the sideline who are waiting for just this event.
Yeah.
That is kind of what I worry about, though. Not to use the term, but maybe some teamfight tactics pros come into play the extractor here on the league. We'll have to see if the Illuvium community can hold their ground and hold our turf, so to speak. But at the same time, I'd love to see them come out and try. It's always a lot easier said than done. So would love to see it still.
Yes, sir. And something that I also wanted to highlight here is the ranked leaderboard. We got some of the hardest grinders in here. Not Complain, I think 3 weeks in a row now on first spot. A little bit of a gap as well here, like almost 400 points gap between first and second. Where second and third is only 60 points away or 50 points. So yeah,
and it does seem like majority of these players, though, they just did not have the tournament this week. Because if I recall correctly, I don't think Not Complain made it out of quarterfinal. Lynx got knocked out in the round of 64. I think we still have Fox Spirit, but Web3, Jonah Kino, Unhappy, Moo, they're all knocked out already. So it's crazy to see.
Yeah, definitely different skill set playing ranked and playing tournaments. And I think I just wanted to say, I think it's crazy that Not Complain is 170 points with this rating. He must have figured out something crazy. His win rating is just so much above everyone else.
Or maybe he found the time zone that is the good slot. You know, he's like, okay, I need to play from this window. This is when. But I mean, when you're putting in 170 games, you're basically playing all day, every day. So I don't think there is like he's not exploiting that. That's for sure. And I mean, people can see what his comps are and everything else if we go check him out.
I was about to make the comment. I wonder of those 170 games, how much of them involve a boomerang or fire?
A bunch. A lot. I looked a little bit at the analytics from Illuvilytics. It is quite a lot.
I mean, it is basically kind of the tail of the tape here of the patch. The thing is, it seems like that the Arcanite Inferno style does seem to be the one performing the most. But the thing is we've been on this patch long enough that every top player kind of knows that. And especially in the last IPL, we saw the Fire players running over, stepping on each other's toes constantly, and making it very, very difficult for themselves, to the point where we even saw Invokers like really start to take off a little bit, not just Steam Harbinger. So very curious if we'll see a lot of that again. Can people end up keep contesting Fire? Do they let off a little bit and somebody sneaks it and runs away with the lobby? There's lots of variables, of course, into this one. But of course, if that specific kind of game style is not necessarily your favorite, you don't have to wait for much longer. We've got a patch next week, it sounds like.
Yep. New patch coming up for the final call and also for the World Championship. So that's going to be exciting. The quarterfinals have finished, so we can now look who advanced.
Perfect.
Let's start with Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 here. So, yeah, take us through it.
I'll push, or actually, no, Silent, you've been covering, you do it.
All right, so let's take a look here. Lobby 1, it looks like a lot of killers, honestly, in this one. My goodness. So Fury Hype's going to lead that alongside their teammate Slicks. Detective Alané is going to make it into the semifinal for the first time in a little while. Good on them. Maru also going to be sneaking in there, winning the tiebreaker versus Jonah Kino and Zabrojsen. So a three-way tie win there for Maru. Good for them. With Drudo and Texan going to round up the rest of the lobby. Still a solid finish there for Texan to get some final good points. Maybe enough to push him towards that top 48. We'll have to see later on. Meanwhile, one other person who is kind of on that bubble spot is actually Luix. We see over there leading the charge in lobby number 2 by a significant margin, as that is a 4-way tiebreaker from 2nd to 5th, which actually knocks out our IPL leader. I'm a Fish. He will not make it in. It's going to actually be Hollow, Blaze Hype, and OLA's Nariba moving on forward with I'm a Fishy, Not Complain, Narkesh, and Sandy all going to fall.
What is that lobby? Like, that's disgusting. I'm a Fishy, Not Complain, Narkesh all getting knocked out in that game. That's wild.
That is crazy.
And Lewis, like, he destroyed them. 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
He took over that lobby. That is wild. He must have been like, everyone else was gunning for the same stuff, and he just managed to find the path each time.
Yeah, it seems like Guild is stepping up big time again. We've had this week after week from different Guild players, right? First it was... I forgot the name.
Selfless.
Selfless, exactly. Then it was Slooper, and now it seems to be Luix, maybe.
I think Orc too, see. Right?
And Orc, yeah, as well. Every week another Guild hero comes up and steals the show, it feels like.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
And go.
Cool to see, but how about our other lobbies here? We've got Lobby 3, which I'm just going to call it the upset, but good for them because it's been a long time coming. But Stygen is going to end up leading that lobby from Team Hype alongside, okay, that's a lot of hype. We got Thanatos Hype, Wolverine 777 Hype here as well. The Hype combo is finally going to be broken here, though, by Lemko on Team Atlas. Speaking of Orc 1, there they are, just barely going to be missing out alongside Luke Keats, Fancy Pants, and Dr. Spoon. Another one of those players on the bubble looking to get into the World Finals. I'm not sure if Faith's going to be enough, but we'll have to see later on. Then on the other side, speaking of guildies, we got ourselves another one. Declan alongside Fox Spirit from Team Atlas. Balance is going to keep up the good run here, making it on into this semifinal. Sota Hype for the first time in a little while here. Going to break the cold streak and get themselves into the semis. Assuming this is the final game, I think it might have been. Then Kuligas, Zika Perico, and Nostalgy and Nefer going to round up the lobby.
Fox Spirit, let's see if he can get his win in before the World Championship. He got second last week. He was he's been slowly improving. Obviously, he's always been a top leaderboard player, but getting the championship or in these tournaments in the finals. Let's see if he makes it today. Sota, let's see if the Rogue Master has come back from maybe new strats.
Well, the funny thing with Sota as well, though, when they didn't get Rogues, they did end up playing Scions, even when it wasn't necessarily seen as good. And now Invoker is actually up there in terms of decent builds. Mm-hmm. So maybe both of their playstyles can come in clutch here. And then as we were talking about Fox Spirit, yeah, we did see a little bit of a character development moment over the last 2 weeks, where one tournament didn't go in their favor and they basically quit early, unfortunately. But then the week after, in a stressful position once again, but they were able to cool it off. They had some sort of procedure they went through, came back getting second, and you can hear it in his voice. It was just so noticeable how happy that Fox Spirit was after that grand final. And again, Fox, a long time strong player here in Illuvium and for our Team Atlas, and definitely due for a win. It would be incredible if it could happen here at the IPL 1000.
I mean, if you put in that much time, like you're grinding that much, and week after week you're not making finals, it's got to make you angry. And then finally you get it. You're like, all right, there's that gratification that he's probably looking for at this point, and now he just needs to get a win.
Yep, he knows he's won. He's a really good player, and it has been gnawing on him. I think that he wasn't able to step up, and it's glad to see he was able to do so. Quickly, let's remember all of this and step back to the IPL leader points, because now we have a little bit context in who this is really important for. Obviously, all these players want to win because there's $7,000 on the line for the first, just the first person, $20,000 in total. So, for example, Furies, Fox Spirit, they're already in, right? They have enough points. Soto, I believe too. He won at least one. I think one IPL 500, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That secured him the entry. But if we go a little bit more down, maybe around here, Steigen definitely happy to pretty much solidify his world. His world
that was definitely much needed.
Yeah.
Not that they could rest easy now, because there's still lots of work to do. But at least in regards to the World Championship, you're feeling a little good.
Yeah, Nefer might be in already.
Yeah, anybody here from like 38th onward, though, I'd be extremely nervous here for. So with Zabrojson getting knocked out in that tiebreaker, that's going to hurt. Unhappy with already knocked out. Same thing with Bad Borges. I didn't see McCrowan make the top 64, so that could hurt. The show already knocked out. But Luik's, they're absolutely loving this right now, because this is their chance to really help secure their spot.
Well, and how many points do they get for just being top 64? I'm trying to find the sheet again, because I'm forgetting off the top. I mean, I think it's actually a decent amount of points just making top 64 in the IPL 1000, right?
Yeah, I can pull it up. I don't have it prepared, so excuse my scrappiness here, please.
Yes, here we go.
But here's the point distribution. Wait 1 second.
So it's 200 points for first place. That's what that was. Pretty sure.
Right, I'll copy it over here.
There
it is.
All right. So, okay, it's only 2 points for like the bottom ones. Okay, so you're gonna need, definitely top 16s where the points start coming in. And that's only 10. That's only 10 points. Okay. Oh, this is actually a big fight for points. Oh my gosh.
It's very top heavy, the point distribution.
I didn't realize it was so top heavy. Oh my god.
The goal behind this is mainly if you win, for example, the IPL 1000, it's designed to guarantee you a spot in the World Championship, kind of. So is the idea behind the point distribution.
Yeah. And so now going back to that leaderboard, now that we understand the general setup there.
So wait, 32 till 64 is 2 points, and quarterfinals give 4 points. And now they're fighting for 10 to 32 points if you don't make it into grand finals. So I mean, Luix is it's so good. He's on the bubble and he made it into the there. So that's already 33 in his case minimum.
But there's a
put him here.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Now I'm just curious. Do we happen to have our pools for the semifinals? Because we might have to pick a match.
Sorry, I didn't understand. What pools?
The lobbies.
We have our semifinals. Our lobbies at hand here. I think we got to pick one. And I'll hop into the other one for recaps here and there during the NPC rounds if you'd like.
Yes, sir. Oh my, I'm excited. Double lobby.
Right.
That's been a while.
Well, I can break down who's in the lobbies right now. So we've got Sota, Wolverine, Slicks, Thanatos, Declan from Guild, Ola Nariba, Ola Detective, and then Luix from Guild. That's one lobby. That already sounds absolutely disgusting. Let's check the other one.
I think we just go match 1, match 2, and then for the third game, we have to decide.
Sounds good.
That sounds good, yeah. And then I just so that people know, lobby 2 is Stegan from Hype, LMKO from Atlas, Fury's Hype, Hollow Hype, Fox Spirit Atlas, Balance, AI Blaze from Hype, and then Maru in lobby 2. No, yeah. I wouldn't want to be in either of these lobbies.
I'm listening to both of those lobbies, and it's like, yes, those are both essentially what feels like death lobbies, but for different reasons. I don't feel like we have one of our standard like major powerhouses really in the game, but anybody in these lobbies are definitely capable of taking each other out. So it's so cool to see him. It makes me very excited for our semis here.
And actually, I definitely say we go lobby 1. It's Crimson Waste, so we could do that for sure.
They're at Abyssal Basin for the other one, so we'll have some composite shenanigans, but we might be a little bit longer than the Crimson Waste one.
Yep. And this Crimson Waste is just the dealing 3 additional drone damage to people who have more health than you.
Nice.
So that's what they're doing. We're just wrapping up our first PvP round.
Yeah, there can still be remakes, so we're gonna wait a minute to jump in.
Sounds good.
By the way, guys, I cannot tell much about it because I'm under NDA, but I've been testing the MMO. The Illuvium MMO. And it's really fun. It's really good.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, it's really fun. I didn't realize how much I was missing, like all those classic MMO progression systems, like grind some mobs and get levels and level up, like just looting, leveling, and everything. It feels really good.
It's been a long time since I set foot in an MMO, and I'm ready for Illuvium to break that streak whenever it happens to happen.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna get some more public showcases later this year, I believe. Okay, I'm booting up the game. Match 1 it is, and it's gonna be a banger. Wait, which... You said Brightland Steps is match 1?
No, Crimson Waste.
Ah, that's perfect. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah, match 1 Crimson, and then Abyssal Basin for the other lobby.
Weapon distribution has been issued.
Okay, I'm gonna join you in a second. And then Salen, you're gonna have the second game open, right?
Yep, it should be viewable.
Perfect. Just gonna configure that.
Wow. Well.
Well.
We got double boomerang as predicted. As
only 2 though.
Assumed with 1 fire gauntlet as well.
Okay.
I'll let Paz take the cast on that.
Okay, let's go through the weapons. Oh, I don't see them yet. We have to wait 1 round. All I'm seeing right now is 3 Great Fire Crocos right there. Just all banging their fists, ready to rumble.
Ooh, I wonder if that's like really the best tier 0 to have for fire. Is the Fire Grocco.
Yeah.
Good frontline unit. Especially if we can get that exalted.
Alright, let's check it. We got...
There's the weapons.
Detective Align with Lava Gauntlet. We got Decline with Strike Boomerang. Louis. Are we settling on Louis or Luix?
I've been saying Luix, but it's up to you.
It does look French, right? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure Brazilian, right? Or
yeah, Guild is Brazilian. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's Luix. Whatever. With the Vinebound Cleaver here with the Rogues. Sota not going with the Rogues. Ripple Flail for now.
And he's already got Aegis, by the way. That's an early Aegis.
Yep.
We got Strike Boomerang for Slicks, another Vinebound Cleaver here for Thanatos, Water Fighter Weapon for Wolverine, and last but not least, the Embalming Rod for Nareba.
Yeah, the double Vinebound Cleaver, I'm sure one of them is going to really struggle to be successful there. Plus, there's a lot of fire. That's always a little bit scary to see. And then I really think Soda's in a pretty good spot here doing the Aegis. I think he should be fairly uncontested.
Yeah, I don't see really any. Like, sure, some people might, like, say Nariba, for example, might want to pick up an Archos eventually. When I see Embalming Rod, I'm thinking of some sort of like bunkered up Invoker combo. But again, like, you're pretty content even if it just stays as an Archos for the most part. So I can't see there being too much pressure, but those rogues absolutely are going to be having a hard time. We have seen them not completely fall off, but be less dominant. And the only times we've really seen them win is when they aren't contested, like, at all. So the fact that we have the double Vinebound Cleavers here for Luix and Thanatos is going to, I'm sure, like you said, just cause a problem for both of them.
And they're also going to both be fighting over those twines. And that's one thing Soda might contest over also. But Soda also already has a Crunk, I just realized. Oh my gosh.
Sheesh.
That's a very strong start there. But I just realized that Wolverine has the water blade, and so he will be going for mud. That could be a little bit of a contest if he goes for the Rye Plants, because that's usually what you end up going for Aegis until you get the phosphorus.
Right. I'm surprised at the lack of Monkeers that I'm actually seeing on the board here, or at least greater Monkeers. I see a bunch of baby ones here, a bunch of the lessers, but normally that is one of the most fought after units in the entire game, to the point where going mud is just so risky because people are just splashing Monkeers in every single composition. But we do have two of our top players here, the Weeks and Detective LNA, going at it.
Yes, sir. Leading the charts is the Baby Lynx versus the Big Lynx. Nimble Lynx seems to be outperforming, but here the corner is holding strong still. And it's gonna be enough here for Detective Align.
Pulling through.
Yes, sir.
Declan is also looking really good on a win streak here. Already loaded up with the fire. He's gonna... Yeah, not really. He doesn't have any composites activated yet. It's still strong enough to just carry. Maybe he's had early lobbies, but I'm looking at this against Luix, and I'm not sure he's got it this time. This could be tough.
It's really interesting. Both of these players relying on the Nimble Lynx to really carry a lot of their damage, but given the composition at hand, it's definitely better for the Weeks to have it. Declan just kind of has it because they can in this instance, and the targeting is going to be beautiful. It does actually pop that phase breaker extremely early. Turns onto the other Lynx. Luix's Lynx ends up going down. It is Declan and the Ranger, as well as that Choral is going to come on through, finish off that Revo, and it's actually Declan again who keep this win streak going.
Okay, but I didn't see that fighter chip on that Nimble Lynx. That Nimble Lynx was just like, just chewing away. It ate Luix's Greater Grocko instantly, way faster than Declan. Declan only put some fighter units in the back line. They held a lot longer than that Bulwark, so that was interesting to see. I don't even think the Grocko didn't even get its stun off. It died so quickly.
Yep,
we can kill it.
The 5 fighters winning versus the 5 rogues. Classic scenario. Let's see if he can do it again here versus the Earth. Looking almost like going for mud, but not fully committed yet.
I'm glad they're kind of taking their time at least, but now we're going to see that Nimble Lynx and Ditch Curl jump immediately onto the Apon, taking it down. Sure, they got stunned up once, but this is the snowball effect. It's not even a fully evolved Lynx at this point here, but it just does so much damage, especially since, like I mentioned, Caveman, that fighter chip is just adding on so much additional attack speed. It's the one-on-one. We're going to see the burst damage come out, though, from the Lynx, and it gets it out before the taunt actually comes on out. So all of that damage went right to the actual gorilla. So now it's just cruise control here for Declan's Lynx.
And I mean, Wolverine had good position. I don't know if you saw that Greater Apon stunned 4 units. So Wolverine was trying to do his best, but like 2 baby lynxes and 1 stage 2 unit, it's not enough to survive at this point.
Yeah, let's see if Detective Align can stop Decline, or otherwise Decline is gonna be our first King of the Hill here with 3 wins in a row. And then we're gonna follow someone else along. This Groko is looking nasty though. Double phasing stasis reactor. Big.
Definitely a big guy, but it's still probably going to get shredded if that Lynx gets its way. But there's a lot of support here for the red side here to protect Valenay. Let's see it.
A little bit of a misplay here, I would say, because the Ranger could be Enchanter, but the Ranger is actually Arcanite. So Enchanter could be online here. Will it make the difference? I don't think so. Decline just looks ahead of the curve. Also, all these fighters just focusing one unit is so deadly, and yeah, Enchanter wouldn't have made a difference.
The other interesting thing was that Tukarul, he managed to survive and get his cast off and just blinded that whole pack. He was with like 5 HP, and then that just took away 3 seconds of time for them to hit anything. Super rough there. Bad positioning and no bod. Definitely does not help. Can we get the economy pulled up?
Surely have that in just a moment's time.
Yes, gonna pull up the economy, and here we have a little replay. I want to see that blind that you were talking about.
Yeah, everything just moves up ever so slightly, and it's in a perfect position. Look at this thing go.
Pop! Everything blinded. I don't think it mattered, but
it definitely helped, that's for sure. Yeah, they basically just kind of run it through after the fact, but let's see what we've got going on up next. Of course, Decline leading beautifully so far. Our first King of the Hill hopping on down here. We're with Nariba now, and I see 2 Archoses, but we have 2 completely different teams.
yeah, and I'm just looking. Everyone was slamming levels. We got a lot of people at level 7 already. I saw a lot of large, tier 3 stage 2s like the Artes getting online. Everyone is realizing, hey, we're playing Crimson Waste. We have to go quickly and try and survive because this game is not going to go to the late game. And I'm wondering who that's going to favor. Fighters will do okay. The rogues will do all right. I'm really scared actually for Nariba, who's already not in a good position.
They're looking quite tough this time by, but they do opt for a little bit of a back corner bunker. That's going to be the Fleece immediately taking down Hetty. Is going to be short to follow. Now it's onto the back line here for Nariba, right onto the Archos. The Axon in front trying to hold, but you got all these other Illuvials flanking, and now we're onto the Spellcasters. They're just going to get absolutely run over, and I completely agree. Considering that the Invokers, the Scion kind of compositions, tend to be a little bit more late game focused, it might be a very risky play here on Crimson Wastes.
Yeah, and he's still 3 Tatopies from getting his Sephirus. He's also got some Water Volantes on. I think that's just to reduce the pool, but he's starting to slam. He's rolling. Maybe he waited an extra turn to roll for all the other people to slam stuff because he knew he wouldn't be contested for the Sephiruses. For the Sephirus, you got the Sephirus online. There's Invoker. He's got a Gardalo. He's rolling, trying to get the Axodon. He keeps going. He's going. He's on the hunt. He wants an Archelion and an Axodon. Cardalox. He got the Archelion online. That's not going to be good for Sota. Here we go against Thanatos. Fire comp. No, this is rogue comp.
Let's see. Right as the economy comes online. Thank you, Paz, for snagging that one. I love this thing. We'll analyze that in just a moment's time. But we do see in this battle, now that the Sephirus is here, that was a big old burst damage, though, coming on through here from Thanatos. The Sephirus is going to get some decent shots on, alongside the Emberling Rod, actually did a massive amount of AoE across that entire burn puddle. And now that they are here, they've actually opted against going for Invoker to get Harbinger, and that's actually going to allow them to fight on through. No wonder it did so much burst damage, even though you could be tempted with Invoker in this instance. A wise choice to pick Harbinger.
Yeah, that was wild. The verdant puddle healed so much. That Sephirus was on the edge of death, and it managed to pull through. Just wild. And then watch us eat our words, and Nariba comes back and wins this. because he's just not contested. Like, no one's going to be going for those units. He could actually have a really... And since he got the Arkellion, that's the only one that was going to be really competitive. And the Krunk, because Soda already has that. This could be interesting. And here's the crazy thing. He's got the Greater Nature Flish. So he could do Invoker Verdant. And he might do that late game, give him the sustain and that little extra pop. Well, we'll see. We will see.
Looks deadly for the late game. I would be very scared looking at this. Because he's still looking very healthy. 56 health. Can definitely carry this into the late game. Only needs 2 more Atlas. Oof.
Yeah, if we're looking at economy, he's pretty good. 51. A lot of other people are sitting at 20. We have a 30 from Declan. And then Wolverine is sitting at 84. He's the only one that has an actual scaled economy. Soda's at 42. What is Wolverine doing? Sorry, we're in the middle of a fight, though. Let's see if he survives again.
Yeah, because he's up against Decline. So this is going to be the toughest fight yet versus the big win streak, and it seems like he could almost do it here. It's gonna depend all on one more. No, it's not gonna be enough because 2 targets. If it was just 1 target, C4 could have burst that down. Wait a minute.
Oh
my god.
I did it.
Never mind. I didn't learn from you guys
extra little damage
round.
Reduction. That little damage reduction you get when winding up might have just saved it, and it was nature as well, so it's benefiting with all of these passive healings from Verdant, from nature, just everything. Wow. 6 nature already. That's crazy.
And he did just get twines. That's 3 Verdant.
Oof.
Nice.
And you got the Krunk. Oh, he's got the front line. The 5 Bulwark is set up nicely here.
Oh, it's actually looking really, really cool. You've got the front line that you want. Sure, you can continue to upgrade it later on, but you're actually going to be more so focused on finding some firepower from your later game alluvials for the most part, though. But you got these 5 bulwarks, of course, just constantly dealing reflective damage while healing up big time. So much extra healing on top of it with that nature affinity already up to 6, almost all the way here. We hardly ever really see people go this high, but it's just so effective when you can pull it off. And that's the beauty of being uncontested and maybe playing a team comp that's not necessarily the best for the region, but at least you know nobody else is going for it.
Well, that's our second King of Celia, Nareba, with a nice triple kill versus the best players in the lobby. So we're going to see him in the final moments of this game, I believe. Let's go back down to the bottom. Wolverine here, struggling a little bit at 40 HP, trying to get mud, it seems like. Yep.
And I mean, I guess that's why he was sitting at 84 credits. He's just chilling. He's just like, I need everyone else to scoop up the pile so that I can then go for my mud units. Doesn't seem like he hit too well, though. He did get one of them, the Greater, the Exalted Apon, but he's still missing quite a few of the monk ears. That's going to be tough.
Yep,
see,
that's the monk ear. It's not working.
When do you go for the monk ear? Like, do you go, like, if you go too early, you're just wasting rolls, and if you go too late, everyone else already has theirs, so it's always a tough choice of which one to go there.
And it's brutal, because the Greater Monk Ear is just so splashable in pretty much every composition, because it seems like so many compositions are going for fighters in general. So just getting up to Greater and then just staying there, like we just saw Soda pick up the Greater Monk Ear as well. It's just nice to have. It goes in, it fits very, very well, and you're never mad to have it. So anybody going for this mud is just having a hard time.
He did just lock in on a Rye Plants, though. That's 3 Berserker. You know, anytime you get a 3 Berserker Rye Plants at around 18, could be deadly for Thanatos. Let's see how this comes.
Yep, that's going to be a tough one for Thanatos. Let's see how the right plants will perform. Big stun here from the Apon. And this is going to be easy pickings for the Scorpion. I don't think the Rogues have any chance here. If they do, they need to take down the right plants now. It's just a little bit too little too late. Wolverine takes that one against Thanatos, putting him below him in HP.
That little Lura didn't even get cast off. It got nuked so quickly. And then the other thing that was interesting is, and you know, you were a little bit, you pointed this out last week, is the Indomitable. Are the Berserkers supposed to get that, or is that supposed to be a buff you get when you reach 4? 4. And I saw it, but it got Indomitable again this game, that game. the Scorpion got another survivability, and then he managed to come back after that. So I think that might be unintentional, or they need to move that little section above the fort so that it's just known that you get that buff.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Here we go. This is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, Wolverine versus Decline, who is just playing with a lesser monk here, funnily enough. But he would like to get that with the fight, just wager it. But it's gonna be tough. The Furiox doing so much damage.
Ooh,
luckily, the right lance runs out of range, heals a bit, and now back on this target. That was well played by the units. Really good movement here. With the 8 feet, you would expect nothing less from the right plants. Wolverine, another big win here.
What was interesting was that he had the second wind, and that was what saved him. Because without that second wind, everything was gone. But he still had like no units remaining when that happened. I'm not sure second wind works with mud, because, or does it? Definitely combat rhythm and lightning speed, but do your units survive long enough for second wind?
Fished out a monk here super fast all of a sudden.
Oh, he got it.
One more
Very
gorilla.
nice.
What?
And very rarely is the gorilla the thing that you're waiting on. So it's honestly just a matter of time. Like I said, just the one more on the bench left to go. So that will be absolutely crazy. And you already have the Rip Lance as well. Granted, this Rip Lance is showing that it does have some, like, a tendency to be a little squishy at times, but it does have plenty of firepower to back it up now. The ramp fight is just going to immediately fall while the Monk here and the Ranger take care of the rest of this one. And Slicks is just getting absolutely slaughtered here in this lobby so far. Him and Luix are almost within kill shot.
Yep, another King of Dale Wolverine here. 3 wins in a row. Let's go. Actually, down to the bottom. Thanatos,
Oof.
13.
Oh!
Luix, 2.
A knockout, almost a 21. That would have been, or 20. That would have been early.
And this is what we were kind of worried about, right? With the 2 rogues kind of combating each other. They're constantly at each other's throats, and I don't think either of them are actually doing very good at all. In fact, yeah, they're both right down at the bottom. The one bonus here that Luix does have is that is, of course, a fully evolved Nimble Floralinx, and they now do have the Malura here, so they have plenty of damage, plenty of tank, but it's a little bit unconventional. Going up against Mud, this is going to be scary.
3 Vanguard. Is it enough, though? Thanatos also going, it's going to be scary for him as well. Could both rogues get knocked out?
That is going to be a rough one, and we didn't want to watch Wolverine anymore, but he's now matched versus Luix, which is really bad for him, but they are focusing down the right plans pretty solidly, and it seems really good for now for the rogues. Here comes the second wind, healing everyone up a little bit, and it seems like Luix is gonna stay in the game just for now. Thanatos got knocked out, which is really good for Luix, now able to scoop up all these rogue units.
Yeah, Thanatos got wrecked. He barely put a dent, even with his ram feet, like just nothing hit. Obviously, Luis hit his units, he hit the Malura, and I think that was a big difference. But either way, it's going to be rough for him for the rest of this game.
This is huge, not just for Luix, though, being able to maybe go for that Penguin, but it's huge also for Wolverine. The Gorillas are back in the pool. Going for that 4th Mud now is right there.
And actually, there's one in the carousel, and I'm guessing he'll be able to just scoop that up and not even waste rolls. Yep, he's going to go pick it up.
Got it.
There it is. Huge, absolutely huge.
Best case scenario.
Yep. And it even has a force cell on it.
Yep.
Lucas.
Okay, I just tried to translate Luix, but that says something completely different. I'm gonna stick with Luix. Well, he has to win the tournament, then we can ask him in the interview.
Hey, there we go.
That works.
I would also like to see an interview with Not Complain. And I want to know his secret. How has he such a higher win rate than anyone else?
Oh, for ranked? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Show us what you got. Well, he cannot spill the beans, I guess. Otherwise, everybody knows it.
If I was him, I would just say boomerang. Just to throw it up. Just to throw it away. Give it a nothing answer.
All right, who are we watching? Oh, that's perfect.
This
Look at
right
that.
here, because this is going to be nuts. Absolutely. Luis, can they find a penguin, though? Do they even have any economy left if 30? It's not terrible, but try and get so many penguins.
Yep, that's gonna be tough here. All the fires might be able to burst down the core units. It's all about positioning here for Luix. If he can keep his rogues a little bit out of harm, I think it doesn't look too bad here. Malura is gonna go into the back. Let's see it.
I say it's bad. Everything's on that twine. That's too much for that twine to handle. Oh, I guess a lot of the units pulled back. But it died so fast.
Holds on for now. The Malura is near going down, but actually hangs on just by a thread. The Lynx is still extremely healthy alongside the Penguin. The triple, like, tag team style coming out here from these rogues is good. The Rampage Strike was actually rather nicely done as well, but they're inside the Verdant Puddle. Now it's just up to the auto attacks coming out here from this Arctase, and it's not going to be enough. The rogues, the dive buddies, are going to be able to get this done. Beautifully done here for the Weeks. That's going to take Slicks out of here.
That Goliath didn't get its cast off. I don't know why, because it was charged. It was there. If that would have gone off, I think that would have been the whole world of a difference, but did not survive. Just took too much damage too quickly. I think also positioning that in the center may have been the mistake. If you would put it in the corner, one, the cast would be through a lot of the enemies, and then two, it would have survived. And maybe that would have been more relevant than having the Singe pull off, but I'm really not sure. How much damage did the Singe do compared to... No, we can't see that. Unfortunate. Slicks getting a rough loss in game one here.
Yep.
Luix that now has to break the Invoker bubble. And there's a Sin Elf on there now, too.
Now Reba on a win streak here, 40 HP. Can he break it? If someone can do it, it's the Rogues, but there's no ramp fight. The Malura has a perfect positioning and actually takes down the Fleesh already. Now they're on to the Sin Elf, which looks perfect. This is as good as it gets. Sin Elf dead. If now the Ranger can also fall, then only the Sea Forest is left. So there's still a lot to chew through for the side of the Rogues. And the Rogues are getting dangerously low. Big heals here for the Ranger. No problem sustaining the assassination in the back end. JF Kennedy should have taken a slice out of this textbook. But yeah, that's Luix falling here in 6th position.
Rogues. Knocked out first. Rough.
That's got to be one of the heartbreakers for the Rogue squads. You get some of their critical units down so low, then Verned procs, and you just watch that entire health bar go all the way back up again. And in that instance as well, I think the Penguin's already down. The Lynx was already down. So much damage already gone. Now we have Sota, who's been kind of struggling to pull together this Aegis composition on the bubble. Could be within kill shot alongside Wolverine, actually. So two very, very close battles to possibly eliminate some players. We'll stick along here with Detective Alané versus Wolverine. We do see the Rip Lance as of right now in a pretty decent position. Shots fired through to center. Decent little Sinolf beam, but seems like it's just essentially tickling that Rip Lance as of this moment. It's going to be ramp fights going down. Arctase is short to fall. The fighters are still here, but we could still get a critical cast coming out here from that Sinolf. It's going to try, but now with the Rip Lance right in your face, Furiox has nowhere to go. And that's going to be Detective Alané taking another hit, but still leading this lobby.
Sota managed to survive his as well, being able to just place against the Ghost in a perfect position. But it's actually the exact same fight. I'm really curious if Sota's going to move a single unit or if he's just going to keep the same. Because he knows that this works. However, Declan does not. So this could... Okay, he's moving a couple of units around. Is this a bluff? What's he doing? Or maybe he learned something from that last match that is going to position him in a better spot.
I imagine you still want to supercharge this forest with your Aegis at some point here. I'm imagining it's going to hop in between all of them again, just kind of confirming where the tank line's going to be. There it is. It's just going to go one-on-one and try to get the shot right through this Singe. Let's see it.
Yep,
Singe got a cast off.
Triple Aegis buff. And it is showing. It does so much damage, but the Ranger in the backline doing a lot of damage as well for the enemy team. Scoriox, Furiox here might be able to do enough. It's gonna be a tough one. Dodges the stun here with some quick movement. And that's gonna make all the difference here for Decline, and Sota is out.
Soda's like, oh, I shouldn't have moved anything. It was perfect before.
Yeah,
but no,
that's rough.
Declan did make a couple adjustments, getting that singe in that perfect position, got the nice spin off, surviving a little bit longer. You hate to see it.
Yep.
The fact that the Furiox moved out of the way at the perfect time of that tornado as it was coming on through, just to try and chase a different target, saved it big time.
Yep.
And also, I was mentioning this earlier, Sota was going to have trouble getting that rye plants if he decided to go for it. He did end up trying to go for it. He was one Riptor away from getting the rye plants. And how much economy did he have right at the end? Did he dump everything for it?
It looks empty to me. Yep.
Yeah, he literally
Must have been.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he tried. I wonder if like pushing level 9 would have been more important because Wolverine already had it. I don't know. Or was he just naturally picking up those Riptors and that's just the state of what happened?
Yeah. Hard to tell. All right, so we got the 2 fire cards, fire weapons in the top. 1 nature, 1 water. But water's not playing water. This is toxic mud. What did you say?
I argue that Declan just won the game.
Yep, I would say that too. That's gonna be tough. He just got a Monarch and a... Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 hyper carries of fire are here, but granted, again, your carries are only as good as the tank line you put in front of it. Or can you just blow everything up in the meantime? We'll have to see, but we're actually going to see Wolverine fight for their game life here up against Declan. Well, and there is not much of a front line.
Nariba also scooped up the Blotto now that Sota dropped it. So now he's looking even bigger in that front line. Oh yeah, well, let's see what happens here.
I'm looking forward because this one very well could end quickly based off the positioning of the Monarch and the ramp fight. It's going directly towards that Apon, which will stun them both up for at least a little bit of a moment's time. Can the Mud use their hyper and get through these fires before they have the chance to really start ramping? A target ball there for the Monarch. It's going to be giving them a bunch of extra time, but the Scoriox and the Monarch are both kind of tag teaming here to take care of this Ranger. Ranger takes down 1, takes down 2, and the Fur Knight's here for backup as well. I might have spoke too soon. Declan going to take the loss here. Wolverine hanging on.
That was a 4 mud buffed Ranger doing 11k damage.
Wow.
Say hello to my blade.
Yep. And there must
Declan
be
within kill shot.
I think there must be some Omnivamp on the drone augments, right? Maybe we can see it.
They have all the
combat rhythm.
combat rhythm. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. The best drone augments here, really. Lightning speed, second wind, and combat rhythm. It's a beautiful combination. Makes a big difference. Decline, now it's at bottom.
Well, I guess I'll call myself out here. Just because a team looks good on a tier list and you find all the pieces does not mean you win the game immediately. As now, Declan is up against Nariba. This is the fight that I've wanted to see because we have such an incredible Invoker bunker here coming out here from Nariba. That you have plenty of firepower going the other way, but I'm not sure how the Monarch actually sneaks in and gets a good Omega across this bunker. We'll have to see how this one ends up going.
Yeah, let's see, Caveman. What do we got?
All right, so this ramp fight's going to be jumping in the pack. Let's see if it finds a good position. And it does. This is great. It's already going to be killing off that Flish. The enemy team, the Scion did burst through. Up goes ramp fight, comes down, deletes a whole... It deletes 3 units, I think, off of that. But then the Verdant Poles are activated. A second cast, and it lands. But it's not going to be enough. I think the Invoker's got enough tank here. There's enough room. There's a Gnarl that Scorax is on, but it's chewing through. Force casting. Will it be able to finish both units? And it does! Declan being knocked out here.
Oh my.
That was remarkably close, but nope, that's not going to be enough here for Declan. They will fall in 4th. And now we have OLA's Nariba and Detective Alan still here alongside Wolverine Hype. And I think you just saw the same thing I did. We have ourselves a Scoriox. We have ourselves a fully evolved Mammoth as well now here for Detective Alan in a beautiful position. And a Seer, an absolute incredible team comp.
Oh my god. Yeah. Detective is versus the Ghost Army, so we're gonna watch Wolverine versus Nariba here. maybe the mud can bust the bunker. I do believe so, because you get so much burst damage with the mud units in the end. If everything goes right, this might be the time here for Wolverine to step it up and take away the victory of this match. Rilla in the backline, almost killing that range, but look at that healing that the Verdant provides. Now jumps onto the Sinarf, and also Sinarf is already full health again. Ranger is gone, so the last hope is gone, and this is gonna be it for Wolverine. Let's check over to Detective Aline. Fighting versus the Ghost here, losing to the Ghost as well, which is gonna mean Nareba takes the first game here in the semifinals of the IPL 1000.
We were all wrong. Nareba knows what's up. The Invokers were actually the winning comp in a Crimson Waste. And look at that monstrosity that he has built here.
Yeah.
Just was not challenged and was absolutely able to profit.
I mean, is it that Nature Flish? Was that the key? Being able to do the Verdant Invoker?
You wouldn't have been able to make that team composition any other way. It had to be the Fleesh. So in an odd scenario, a tier 0 actually made that composition what it was.
And it made it cheap enough that he could actually make it. Because otherwise, you know, he has to go for some other Scion unit.
That's crazy. The Verdant
over here on
the Verdant Invoker. And it helped so much, especially versus these enemies. Because the Gorilla jumps on the Invoker and all these guys trying to assassinate the backline, and Ranger doesn't care.
Quick question for Quants, just
yeah.
if you could ask that.
Yeah, Quants in the chat needs a response. And then also on the other side here, I am in what could potentially be the final battle of the other lobby. And it's between Atlas players, actually. Fox Spirit and Lemko, both side by side here in a potential kill shot with a Rogue Revenant Spore Vanguard coming out here on the side of Fox Spirit. Something maybe a little bit different compared to this heavy 4 Toxic Borg Aegis style coming out from Lemko. As of this instance, I'm just going to talk on through here in just a moment's time, but the Aegis, the tanks are essentially falling through. It is all down to the DPS, including this beautiful Phosphorus we see crawling through the middle right here, right now, but it's having a hard time. It's up against the Revenants, and that is just going to immediately shut this down like the old patch with the Rogues. The Rogue Revenant is going to be haunting some people's nightmares. A little bit of Revenant PTSD, to say the least, and that's going to be Fox Spirit winning this lobby.
And what was interesting there, I was just looking at the synergies. He had 3 Spore. Wow. I don't know if we've seen that in a minute.
It's definitely one of those synergies that I feel like is just like underexplored. I don't want to say undervalued, because it might very well be in the proper spot, but it's not explored as much as a lot of these other synergies. But especially in that instance there, I believe they, of course, the Vermilia or Vermilier is just essentially unkillable.
Are we looking at the
Omegas
winner right now with the 4 Toxic Phosphorus?
Nope, that was the second one.
Oh wow,
that's
Phosphorus losing with a blood to and a Gnarl and 4 Toxic.
Yeah, I mean, and one the other thing though is Spore's actually getting a buff in the next patch. I was looking over, and so maybe that would be actually a pretty viable comp coming up in the future.
Yeah, you would need Vermilia and Adorados, so it's okay. It's not too hard to get. Definitely a late game composition. Wow, interesting first game. Now we're gonna see lobby number 2 next. Once the players load in, and then in the third game, we're gonna decide which lobby is more interesting.
Sounds good.
I wonder if he would run that back if there was like a Flora Arcane Links. Would he still push that kind of thing, or would that then be too costly, especially in the Crimson Waste? I really wonder. Can you actually hit the replay and see if we have his economy? I wonder if he was sitting on some amount of gold. Maybe he was going to push level 9 if he lost.
For Nariba's?
Nariba. Now he's sitting at 12. So yeah, 12. There's no way that he wouldn't have enough credits for or MP for a Floral Lynx. So it literally had to be the Flish to be able to finish that comp. And he's only got 21 HP, so he could get knocked out any game, especially because he's in the leading position. So you take that extra 3 damage.
True.
All right.
Well, it all came together.
Yeah.
It definitely kind of surprised us a little bit, but it definitely worked.
Yeah. But who knows? I'm really wondering if the Floral Lynx would work, because if you got it in the earlier game, you would survive a lot more of those fights potentially. But you wouldn't be able to bond. No, I don't know. They know best. They know better than this.
If I recall correctly, that was the Nimble one as well. So you'd be giving up the Invoker to do that.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying in general. Like, would it be worth doing that? Maybe in a regular game.
I see. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we got the scores just as a reminder, and to check out the other lobby and everything. By the way, guys, who do you think is gonna make it for each lobby?
Oh, yeah. We haven't done our calls today.
It's a bit easier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a little bit of a head start here, but are we predicting the top 4 or just trying to pick one person to get out in each lobby?
Yeah. One person to win the lobby.
To win the lobby. Okay. So I am still not going to sleep on Sota. Had the 5th place, of course, in game number 1. Basically got 2 more to play with. And I'd argue both of their play styles can still absolutely flourish in this current patch, assuming the economy and the game style goes their way. Then on the other side, I mean, I don't want to cop out and just say Fox Spirit, so I'm just going to actually say...
you can. You already picked Sota at 5th. You are allowed to pick Fox Spirit, I think.
Nah, I'm picking Fury. I'm taking it from you, Caveman.
You took it from me. I think you knew I'd say that one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put Fury. I got to like he carried me, came back as exactly as the prophecy was told. So I have to say he's gonna come back on this one also, or he's gonna hold the top 4. And then I'm gonna be the bandwagon with Nariva. All right, Nariva, you just keep pushing, buddy. You take that win away, and yeah, I think he's got it.
All right, I'm gonna pick Luix because he has been performing so well in the quarterfinals. I believe there's something there that he just wasn't able to unleash in the first game. And then I'm gonna pick Fox Spirit. He seems on a run. Last week, this week, the week before, like he's found his mojo again, it seems like. So this looks really promising for him.
Fox Oracle in the chat seems to agree with you on that one. Going for, I guess the Foxes are sticking together here with Fox Spirit taking that.
Yes.
But one thing that is kind of weird, actually, depending on how this lobby goes, it could be the first time since their creation that we don't see a guildmate in the grand final. Because they're both in the same lobby trying to battle it out here with each other. And as of right now, they're both in bubble spots. So there is a world where we can be completely guildless going into our grands, but it's still very, very early to call. Both Decline and Luix are both very, very, very strong players. So I'm still not going to sleep on them. But it would be weird if something like that happened.
Yep, I think we are loading into games. Maybe it's a bit early. There can still be remakes. Let's see which round they are on. But after round 3, we're good to go.
The lobby we were just watching, that is going to be off stream, is at Brightland Steps. So this one's going to be going for a while.
Perfect.
And this one is Abyssal Basin.
Love to see it. So we're going to catch something off the second game as well. I'm a little bit stuck in a loading screen. Might have to reboot.
If need be, I do have the other lobby temporarily, if you'd like. But it is before round 4, so we're
not missing anything yet.
Yeah, we're still going through NPC rounds and such.
Well, I'm excited for the grand finals tomorrow. It's gonna be a good show, I believe. Any of these 16 players are gonna
100%.
make for a good competition.
I just love talking to people after they finish, and then they're like, you can just feel them just like, oh my gosh, I just won that much money. Like, oh, 7 G's, baby. What are you gonna do with that money?
Yep, that's just a lot of money. You can spin and twist and turn it all you want. $7,000 is a really good paycheck for a weekend of Illuvium.
You're on cloud 9 for the rest of the week if you just won the IPL 1000. Heck, even the 250s or the 500s, people are extremely excited, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, the 1000 is just on another level.
And I mean, after this one, they got a break, right? Like, if you made it into the World Championship, you got a break. If you didn't, you're gonna be really sad, or even grinding harder to get in that final call. But if you make it in IPL and you win this, like, you're gonna be feeling like you're on vacation for like the next, like, at least a week until the next patch really starts to. They need to learn a new patch.
Well, I think the next patch comes out next week already.
Oh.
Before
At least
the
they
final call.
If you do end up learning, it's like, if you're in the World Championship already and you're already qualified, you can take your time with this patch. You can experiment. You can play whatever you really feel like. Meanwhile, if you're in the final call, you have to try and, like, not only discover what is the strongest at the time, but you have to essentially figure out your playstyle of solely that composition. And that's going to leave you, like, super scary, because playing Flex is hard in this game. Playing Flex with a patch that's going to be essentially a week old in a make-or-break tournament is even scarier. So anybody who's going to be at that World Championship, they're happy to just experiment and take their time, I imagine, while everybody else is essentially freaking out.
That reminds me, I'm gonna shoot some reminders to some friends that have been waiting on the sidelines a little bit.
Yeah, I need to do the same.
Because this is actually quite beneficial for outside of Illuvium players with the new meta. Which resets a little bit the progress that people have been doing in the last patch.
Absolutely. It is a best case scenario for somebody who might just be getting started to have their shot into the big competition, and everybody is going to essentially be at square one again, and it's perfect.
Alrighty, do we want to look at the weapons? We got some. There are going to be some
Holy molars.
competition. Holy molars.
Holy molars.
Did we revert back to 1.12 real quick? Like, what just happened here? We
Dust
even have a Verdant's
Revenant.
Cleaver here as well, and a water rogue weapon.
No. Okay, we have 5 rogue weapons off the bat. Triple Quake
No boomerang.
Maulers. Tidal Shift. Vinebound Cleaver here for Fox Spirit. Then we have 1 Lava Gauntlet and 2 Ripple Flails for Balance and Lemko. This is crazy.
Can I change my bet to Maru right now?
I was about to say, if I'm Maru right now, I'm doing my happy dance, because there is nothing like really stopping me from doing the Arcanite Inferno builds that I would want to do. I essentially have no competition going up against a bunch of rogues that are going to be stepping on each other's toes constantly. Potentially 5 rogue teams. Like, this is brutal. Somebody might have to reroll.
Oh, this is funny too. It's all the hype squad. Hype squad just kill each other.
Oh no!
They're just like, hey, oh, you want to do it? I'll do it too. Man, let's be rogue buddies together. Like, what's happening here?
And then there's Fox.
Yeah, Fox. Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy though. All of the hype's going for rogue. 5 rogues, and that's basically unheard of. I've not seen this in so long.
Maybe like in the hype scrims, they're like they found some broken feature with this rogue right now, and they're all just gonna try and exploit it. What if they take all top 3, and then we get to see the strat?
I was joking about Rogue Revenant coming back and haunting people. Is this the way? Like, what are we doing here? But still, of course, far too early to tell. But if I'm Maru, I'm even happier now, finding the ace so quickly. Just gotta get a couple more, level that thing up, and you're already got Inferno.
Yep.
And Fox might run this back. He just won with the Spore. Can he do it again? Like, he's literally got the Nature Bound Cleaver again.
Spore
Which
Revenant.
Abyssal Basin is this?
This is the 25 composite chip.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's the same as the last one.
And
then.
11.
So yeah,
And
he
11.
could just completely rinse and repeat, in theory, and try to do the same comp again if they wanted to, but it's obviously way more contested.
What weapon did they do it last time with?
Same one. Nature Bound Cleaver.
And what was the Ranger? Was it a Revenant?
It was, yes.
Oh, wow.
It was all the way up to 4 rev.
Bringing out new
Penguin had a chip.
compositions for the IPL 1000, a classic Fox Spirit thing to do. Keeping them till the end, till it matters.
They actually a little spin on it too, because not only was it Rogue Revenant, it was a Rogue Revenant Vanguard, so it's got the best of all worlds for the Rogue side of things. But how about the two leading the charge here with these Ripple Flails, though? Like, Balance off to a fantastic start. Double Relentless links already. And Toxic Aegis online.
And how's he doing on economy? Sitting at 18. It's not terrible.
What is the stage 3 links for this game?
It is Earth.
Oh, not bad.
Okay,
Could
Earth
be
Fighter.
worse.
The Terra Links.
We can really see how strong Ripple Flail early on is. Just dominating this lobby already.
Yeah, it can definitely help. I know I've made the joke before that even though it's a bulwark weapon, it might as well be a DPS weapon, because it does become like a pseudo carry of sorts. And getting Aegis so quickly and being able to get maybe something like that, Relentless Terror Links online already before round 10. Hello, beautiful. It is ready to rock. And it's got a bunch of augments already here for it as well. And if Balance was having a fun time here in this early game, well, I think it's going to get even more fun now, because this thing's going to shred.
Okay, I think that the clear strat here is you just save your economy, you get to 70, you push level, and you go for a Phosphorus at this point. He's sitting at 99 HP, and he's good to go. I mean, obviously you got to get the head of your Crunk, or not the Blotto. You have to roll down for the Blotto potentially, but I think you go for the Phosphorus here. You don't even try risking fighting over the Rye plants, right?
I agree.
LMK is going to be doing that too, but he might roll for it first. He's already got one Riptor where Balance is still at 0. I don't know if it's worth going for that. I'm really curious what his strat will be here.
Yeah, but Phosphorus did go second last game, which is still good enough. You only need to be, in theory, at average of top 4 to make it into the grand finals. But I wonder, does Phosphorus maybe need Arcanite to really dominate lobbies?
Well, he will with this one, our Abyssal Basin. You can get Arcanite, you can get an additional Bloom, or 2 more Arcanite chips potentially, but he doesn't have that for the Ranger. Yeah, we'll see.
Because Furix doesn't really fit in
with
the usual Phosphorus build. This is looking deadly.
I was going to say, Balance ran over that last fight, and I don't even think they were properly Aegis. Now they have all their Aegis power going in towards that Relentless Terra Links, and it is having a little bit of a hard time, but again, it was already casting its Omega, so it does not care that the Choral ended up going untargetable. Still absolutely clubbing them on top of the head to take care of that one, just leading the lobby, or not leading the lobby, but leading that battle by a long shot with damage.
Everybody's rolling pretty aggressively. No one's above really 24, I think is the highest. So economy, everyone's pretty aggressively rolling. The tempo's pretty high and trying to get your units over. I mean, it has to be, right? Like, the rogues are all fighting each other. And then the two...
I forgot we have 5 rogue weapons.
The Ripple Flails are fighting each other as well. Like, the one that should be just filthy rich is Maru. Like, what's he spending his money on? Kukulises?
Chickens.
What? Some chickens?
Chickens, and they're all benched now too. There's no money on the board. He must have some, no? What happened?
It is
Yeah,
kind of
where-
heartbreaking that they don't have Arctis yet, but yeah,
Is he like
what
a
on
higher
earth just
level?
happened?
No,
Maybe
he's still
just
level 5.
rolled and didn't find anything he wanted, like just empty rolls.
Trying to get
There's
like a
no
riot.
chance that they're trying to
Really?
shock this.
He probably rolled for Artes, didn't find it, and didn't find anything else except some chickens.
Oh no, it could have been a very detrimental loss there, and now he's getting mugged by these rogues. That's an exalted Volante? It is.
Oh,
Furies.
nice.
Yep, that's doing a lot of damage.
Rogues are gonna mop Maru up here. That is not looking good for Maru. Like, Oh, your economy's not updating. The economy's not updating. It's still in level 3. There we are. I was so confused.
Okay, Maru's literally rich. Okay, this makes sense now.
But so are some other people. Blaze sitting at 96. Why is he so filthy rich? Oh, he's doing a mud comp. He changed weapon. He got rid of the dagger. He didn't want to fight with all the other hype members for rogues. Yeah, what other weapons did we get swapped? Did anyone else?
Hollow with the Emberling Rod is a new one, I believe, as well.
Mhm.
Was one of the, I think, the third player that was rocking the Maulers at that point. So,
Or water dagger.
or the water one.
Yeah.
One of those two, yeah. But yeah, a wise choice from these hype players, oddly enough, to make that swap, considering they're team killing each other. They needed to make that switch.
Yeah, that's huge. Like, Hollow might run it back what we saw from Nariba last game. And then Ablaze could do what Wolverine did and did decent with Mud as well.
It'd be the perfect opportunity. I mean, nobody else was going for like a true Scion kind of build here. Exalted Monk, you're actually online here for AI Blaze, so the hardest unit to find from that Mud comp has been found.
Round 11 was a little while ago too. Did we have any composite chips? Or were they all
I
holding
see a
them?
Berserker chip.
Oh boy, things are gonna get spicy now.
Revenant chip here for Fox Spirit. He's got the same build as last game.
Zephyrus Archelion.
What a roll there for Hollow. Axodon's right there as well, but we have our fighters in this one. Of course, Fox Spirit up against AI Blaze, who did just finish at least getting to 2 Mud. Looking at that Exalted Monk here and how much it heals every single time an Alluvial drops. Basically half or a quarter of its HP every single time a unit falls. But now it is kind of getting focused. There is some decent shielding coming out from the Augment. Gets 1 additional heal, but Fox Spirit squad is just too powerful, even up against these 3 Muds. Beautifully done. The Rogue Revenant of old. 7 Rogue, 4 Revenant. It's here, and it's ready to wreck again.
What was happening with its attack speed? Its attack speed went to like nothing. That monkey looked like it was in slow motion. What caused it? I need to see.
Revenant slows attack speed, right?
I think
Could that have been?
it used to, right? I don't know if it does anymore. Empowered attacks reduce attack speed by 15% for 3 seconds, and then he got tapped by multiple revenants probably, and then that just ruined his attack speed. Oh, like, okay, which is stronger, Mud or Revenant in debuffing your enemy team?
Oh my, that is such a good counter to fighters and also rogues to some extent.
Let's see if this can happen again here for Fox Spirit, going up against the lobby leader currently. Balance is here. Can that Lynx on the left-hand side stay safe from all of these Revenants? Right now it does have a little bit of time essentially by itself, not having to really deal with the Revenants, but now it is going to get focused. It's going to get swarmed. And not only is it debuffed, but there is just so much damage coming out here from Fox Spirit. Beautifully done once again.
Yeah, I was at 156 speed all the way down to 120, so not good to see, but 4 Revenant, they're coming back.
Like this is it though. Like these look like one-sided fights, but at the same time, you've hit max thresholds on 2 classes. I hope at this point in the game, if you're getting max threshold at 2 classes, that regardless of what you're using, you're rolling your lobby. So with everything essentially going in Fox's way, it's good that they're able to pilot it to the point to capitalize, winning a bunch. But I do worry the later this game goes on, and maybe the spellcasters, some of these fighters try to catch up. It didn't happen last time, but curious about this time.
And Fox Spirit is just doing so much better than the other rogue users. He's still got 34 credits on standby, whereas Furies is sitting at 8. And then who is the other one that's also? Stegan, sitting at 31. So he's doing okay. He's aligned with Fox, but yeah, they're all fighting over the vanguards right now.
Maru has an Arcanite chip, but no Furiox. It's kind of rough, but Fox Spirit here against another Revenant chip.
Yeah, Rogue Revenant on both sides this time.
But he doesn't even have Arcanite activated because it's bonded with the Art Taste for Inferno, so he's not even getting that benefit. But it looks like it's going to clean this up nicely. Just burn. Let him burn. Inferno looks like the better choice there.
Even this Penguin might be able to pull this one off here.
Oh
this is the
God.
Penguin we all know and love. Beautifully done.
The Revenant flossing. Stabbing.
Flossing Death Pengu hit his back.
Oh no.
My apologies, I thought we jumped tomorrow.
Sorry.
But
No
so we're
worries.
watching Fox. All right, let's see Fox going against Furies, the 2 rogue comps. Which one is better with a dust chip? That cannot be better. But he does have 4 dust now.
It's like it's nice, but yeah, I agree. I cannot see this beating Revenant, but would love to be pleasantly surprised. Let's see this.
All right, we got the Penguin in the middle versus the other Penguin already, so this is the matchup we have to look out for. It's not looking too bad so far for the side of the red team. Big shields coming out, big heals. Both Penguins fall, but in the meantime, red team has disappeared.
I think there was just like an instance where Furies was just about to get his next dust buff, and then like 3 units died. And what's powerful about dust, and when you get dust 4, is everyone in the dust gets the empowered attack the next time, and that is 250 damage. It's actually pretty substantial. And when they all hit that, oof, that's why if you saw right after that dust hit, right after that there was the next auto attack, and suddenly like all the health bars like almost just disappear.
Yeah, we never really get the opportunity to see that. It does not come up naturally, like ever. So cheers to Abyssal Basin, letting us see some different compositions here today.
Yeah, that's really cool. We're gonna watch. Is this a PvE round? Yes, it is. Yeah, all the old stuff coming back for Revenant, for Dust. What else we got? We got Spore.
Invoker on Hollow. He's already got 2, and he could easily get 4 or 5. Invoker Axodon right now. Be nasty.
Oof.
Speaking of Hollow, looks like we've got them going up against Furies this time by. And that is an Invokered up Axodon?
Nasty.
Oh, actually, that thing casts its Omega so damn quickly that... Is it just constantly buffing?
Yep.
Yeah, if he gets Tsunami, that could be actually busted. But what I'm interested in is Balance got an Aegis chip. He could get 4 Aegis, and then that could be absolutely disgusting, whoever he decides to buff with that.
Alright, let's watch here. Hollow positioning against the Rogues. Alfie goes up into the corner, interestingly enough. And the Rogues are not gonna reposition against him.
Yeah, in this instance, that Revo is actually just going to charge the little Alfie. Granted, Alfie's not going to be doing that much damage off the rip, but but at least it's going to be able to get a shot off onto that Quinks. Meanwhile, the rest of this bunker has their Verdant procced, and it's now going to release the Axodon, who's been able to hold the line here, and beautifully done, takes care of 3 of those Luvials. Now it's going one-on-one up against this Penguin, and now the Ranger is right on top of it as well. Even through the untargetable, they will be onto this Penguin. It's just a matter of time for either that Emberling Rod or for that Sephoris to come on through to pop this thing. Alfie even survives over in the far right-hand corner. Beautifully set up there.
300 Omega power stacked up. Axodon is scary.
Well, the Axodon actually didn't do that much damage. It did like 800. I think 800 was the total damage compared to the Sephoris doing 8k. But I think it's just to make the use of that holostasis reactor and then buy him enough time to, after 10 seconds, he gets that healing and to make sure that he's in the bubble of Archelion. I think it's all about just, hey, okay, I know this isn't the most efficient for my units in spreading damage, but if I can keep my Axodon in this good position, he can end up being unkillable.
Definitely an interesting way to do it, just kind of releasing the Axodon at the last possible moment with all of those buffs applied. But up against the Spider Squad, it's a little bit more comfortable considering nobody else is going to be diving in onto your Scions. It may be focused, but these shields are getting rather large. It is finally going to fall, but can this Red Squad actually breach this bunker? The Verdant has been popped, but still has the Emberling Rod. Does take care of one of the members here on the right-hand side. But here comes one more Emberling Rod shot right inside all the Verdant puddles. Sephoris is not going to be able to get her cast off. A very, very close battle here, but it's actually going to be the Ranger and the Riptorus, the last one standing here for the red side.
Yeah, the Sephoris got knocked out of its cast right there when it needed it, and then that would have been a significant difference.
Potential kill shot here onto Stegan if something doesn't go their way. One of the many players here that did end up going for rogues and is really, really hurting here. Possible elimination.
So I'm looking at the Axodon with Invoker. Is Invoker on there really that good? I mean, it's definitely a decent chip, but like his base resistances are 120, 140, and after all of that, he got his resistances up to 200. And remember, his Harbinger, as a Harbinger, you gain resistances based on Omega power, and so I'm not sure that's actually giving that significant a boost. And with these fighter comps where they're actually auto-attacking quite often, it's actually maybe even grit and resolve or mitigation that's more important in these cases. I don't know. But he seems a little bit... It's not like the Axodons of old, but they were actually truly immortal.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
we got
like
Stegan
that,
here on
but-
this last attempt to stay alive.
Oh, yep.
Let's see if they can hang on here. Maru looking to get a kill shot onto them. That Arctis has a nice little carpet bomb across these rogues, but here comes the Rampite to try and destroy this Arctis. It nearly does so. The Charm actually is going to be the killing blow. Never mind, it's sitting there with literally 1 HP. Finally, Revo's going to come on down, get the spare, picking up that final shot onto the Arctis, and then it's just a matter of turn and burn. Stegan still hanging on and putting Maru into a very, very rough spot.
Yeah, we do have the 2 rogue guys sitting at the bottom doing those weapon swap. This might be the first time we see a weapon swap actually be beneficial. Because I think every time we've seen it, it's been a fail. And actually, if we look at AI Blaze, he's at 2nd place, rolling away with 4 mud. That's wild. We do see a water chip that could be busted for Hollow if he's able to get that for his Invoker team. Could imagine him scoop that up. But Furies ends up picking it up instead. Why is Furies needed?
Maybe to take it away from the other players.
Yeah, just purely for denial. Possibly.
Denying the ace too. Or maybe he goes for an Artes, trying to go for Phantom because he knew that Rogues would be competed.
I mean, that'd be one way to pivot. Maru did not find the Monarch yet. I think they have dual Arctases out at this moment, so they're still looking. So plenty of Arctases still on the board. Oh, there's Monarch. As I was talking about it, it has evolved, and one of the hyper carries here for the Fireside have arrived.
It seems like if you get 4 Mud online, it's a guaranteed top 4. Don't get it online, it's a guaranteed bottom 4. It's a very risky composition to play. What else we got? We got 4 Toxic, currently leading the lobby. What is Balance playing? Aegis?
Yeah, the early links.
Early Links is looking for a Bloto, I guess, to get 4 Aegis online. That would be huge for him.
One away from getting a Riley. Oh, but he ended up selling it. Oh, make room. Oh, is he doing a full roll down? He's running out of money, huh?
Maru?
No, he's doing fine.
Maru's Ranger is Invoker, and he's just missing that Ray to bond for Inferno Arcanite, but let's go back to the bottom, I guess. Because it's gonna be Steigen versus LMKO, who takes the time to do a little reconnect. So let's see if Steigen can win it anyway here. Rampfight goes up into the air, does a lot of damage, and it seems like it's gonna be enough for the Rogues. They're chipping away at this Toxic units, which are pretty good at the mid game, but the Toxic team, I don't think will be able to compete in the late game. It's just
Is it over? I don't know if it's over yet.
Oh my god. Here comes another cast from the Penguin. Ooh, big charm.
Oh, but the Toxic killed him while he was down and they healed him up and they make it through.
Whee!
No, they don't.
Wow.
That was so close. Back and forth with the heals there at the last possible moment.
It is a tale told from a long forgotten story. The stab, and at least nobody seems to be getting a slash in yet.
I'm sure all the road
so messy
play.
though.
Yeah, good.
It's gonna be so messy though, because by the time that all these rogues eventually start falling off to allow for these slashing to actually become picked up, they're all going to be within kill shot. So hit roll may not even happen at all, as we see, especially with these two teams right here with Fox Spirit and Steigen. They're still both just stuck with a lot of stage 2s, but they at least do have, of course, that 7 rogue, 4 revenant, and sometimes maybe even a vanguard on top of that. Oh, here we go. The back-to-back dances here of the Rampites is going for the side of red right now. Fox Spirit looking good. Steigen trying to hang on, but granted, that Penguin, it's still completely full HP until that Rampite comes through. I don't think it actually pulled off its damage, so now it's actually Steigen still with 3 HP in a dream is trying to take these rogues from the bottom to the top and hang on, because Furies is low, Fox is low, Hollow, Maru, you're essentially from 3rd onward in a worst case scenario could be within kill shot, and Blazonite online for Lemko just to add on that little extra spice. Never mind trying to maybe use Aegis or something along those lines with a fighter. How about that empath?
Yeah, and Hollow's got 4 Invoker. He's going against Steigen here. I don't think Steigen can punch through that gigantic front line with a gnarl 4 Invoker, because the Invoker shield's going to be going on the Axon also. Here we go.
Something miraculous must be happening to this Stabbin, or it's not gonna happen. They have to chew through the Axodon first, which is just not budging. Here comes a big Rampart Omega.
Ooh.
It's not gonna be enough. Straight up re-healed by the second wind. Then there is still the burden to be kicking off, healing everything. Arcos heals everything. Rampart goes up again. Doesn't kill the Seaforus. The Penguin was looking good, but now it took some damage. Will fall. A 3rd attempt here from the Rampart. Takes down the Seaforus. But now it's a little bit too late. Doesn't get a 4th cast out. That's gonna be it for Steigen here in 8th, and then Furious in 7th.
And then we lose 2.
2 rogue plays.
Valiant effort there from Steigen, though. That was a good run. There was many instances where they could have been eliminated way earlier.
And Fox sitting at 84? No, 64 credits. He's gonna be rolling like a god trying to finish things off.
Oh my gosh.
Malura online.
Familiar as well. Slashing.
He might just pull this back. Reposition. Got a Predator chip. That is 2 Predator, 4 Vanguard, 7 Rogue.
With so many rogues fallen, maybe it's finally time here for Fox Spirit to capitalize, turn it into the same team maybe as the last game, and start running away with this lobby. Ramp Fight to the Skies nearly takes down Gnarl. They are going to be able to burst it down. They burst Archelian down through the Verdant as well. The rogues are there. They shred. They find the full evolutions. They find the damage they're looking for. And damn, that well looked unstoppable. Over 10k damage on that Slashing alone to win Fox Spirit that round.
And yeah, Hollow got knocked out, and Ablaze with 5 mud lost. Not even a top 4. He's in 6th place here.
Brutal.
Okay, maybe rogues are really actually in meta right now.
If you can't find a fire weapon, that is, I guess.
Well, we also again have to consider the fact that we're at Abyssal Basin, and a lot of these compositions just straight up would not be possible if it wasn't for us getting these chips so frequently. But Fox is definitely showing that when the chips do actually show up on the table, they're able to utilize them properly.
What else we got here? Arcanite Squeeze.
Another 2 Arcanite chips with him. And he just put the Ryan just to get the Arcanite finally. So,
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen 4 Arcanite.
Well, we're gonna see it now. Cool. Maru is in 1st place, but definitely also in kill shot range with only 19
he got the
HP.
Furiox? 4 Arcanite. What does it do? Gain 50% resistance piercing. Okay. Gain 100%.
Which is huge, by the way, for a Monarch. Piercing 50% resistances.
I actually think it's biggest for the Ranger, because the Ranger does the burst damage.
Yeah, with that, the Monarch is gonna do the bulk of the damage, I believe. Let's see it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna go up versus Fox Spirit here with the slashing.
And no matter what, we're going to see a stupid amount of damage coming out of both sides. Monarch's going to be first to fly, going directly towards that Slashing. I don't think the fire actually hit it, though. Ramp Fight to the Skies is going to finish off the Ranger, so at least that one is down. The Rogues are looking pretty good. Nice little escape there from the Monarch. Great when it was about to go down. It shall live, and it's going to shoot down the Ramp Fight, but it is not going to be able to deal with the Ranger, with the Penguin. We are going to end up losing Maru here. We could potentially lose one more. Lamco and Balance are still fighting it out here, and it is going to be Balance who ends up falling. So your final table, the Atlases again, first and second. We have a Rogue, we have Toxic to wrap this one up.
That ended fast. I haven't seen a close lobby like this in a long time.
15 HP each. Oh, this is so interesting. Balance didn't survive even though he got that Terra Link so early compared to LMKO. LMKO did get the Blotto. Maybe it was the difference with that Blaze Knight getting that giant wildfire and that big Aegis buff. And he did get... Oh, he went with the Toxic path. 4 Toxic, just a super hyper carry... Rye plants, but he's actually going to be buffing the forest. He also got a Templar imprint. I love Templar on forest. It is a really good one. Oh, that Blotto is not buffing.
To go with the Harbinger on the Ranger. There is a Fleece in there, so maybe here comes the reverse sweep against Fox Spirit in this final match. It's looking really good for the Slash, and its Predator is for Revenant. There is nothing really standing in its way, and that's gonna be Fox Spirit taking a second win in a row here in the best of 3 semifinals.
Can we pull up the replay on that? I just think that was just a a run out of time positioning thing for LMKO. I just don't see. I want to try and see his thought process here, because I don't understand what he was thinking in a lot of those locations. Because the Blotto is buffing an Axon with no augments. The Rye plants just got thrown in the top left. I really think he probably ran out of time here.
It was very confident. It feels like that the plants would have just been able to kill whatever threw at it, but no, they really got stacked on with all of these alluvials.
The Ranger, I don't know who the Ranger was buffing either. I don't think the Ranger must have been buffing maybe the Blotto.
Yeah, definitely unusual. But had the opportunity, of course, final heads-up play. Some of the most nerve-wracking Illuvium you can be in here. But so far, so good here for the Atlas squad, both being up within the top 4. I think first and second, both games so far.
Let's check the standings and see where are they? Oh yeah, second game stream, if we have it.
It is here, and to kind of give the rundown, as of this moment, Nariba, who of course won the last game, was out in 7th. So that completely throws things for a loop. Based off of compositions, it does look like Nariba was trying to do something a little bit different, but had the Jotun that could not quite get the job done. Quickly going to show the battle at hand here, as this is actually our 2 top players currently in the lobby. We've got Slicks and we've got Wolverine, and right now it's looking like Slicks is in a fantastic spot, but again, it's actually down to that steamed up super carry Umber, which turns and burns onto that Furiox, and a tale as old as time here in this patch. That is going to give Wolverine that victory. Slicks playing from behind, the Weeks hanging on by a thread, with Sota, Declan, Nariba, and Thanatos all currently out.
Hey, I mean, if we see Wolverine come through here, that'd be a first win for him. He's been in a couple, but I don't think he's ever secured the victory, right?
I don't think so.
Don't remember ever interviewing him. Same with Detective 9. Oh, I see a Titanor and a Fisto.
Yeah, Luis' squad's disgusting.
And then we got Phosphorus and Gaze here on a mud team. What are these supercharged compositions?
An Axid or an Adorius with the Umber.
Oh my god.
Oh, as if Umber wasn't annoying enough. You give it an Adorius.
What happened to Slicks? He just got carried by the weapon. He has no stage 3 units. How are you competing with your foe against those
Scoriox.
teams?
He does have a Scoriox.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it is Brightland Steps. Like, everyone's going deep into these things.
All right, and he's so close to actually a huge win condition, which would be Behemoths. 2 more flares, 1 more mule. Seems like he's out of money. Sells the flares, finds the mule. Now he's a Jotun online. Just trying to make it into the top 3 right now, it seems like. Versus this Titanor.
or yeah.
7 Scion.
Probably, potentially he knows he's losing. It's just trying to lose less health so he gets a higher position after he gets knocked out.
Alright, let's see it.
All eyes going to be onto this Aphisto and this ramp fight that we do see here in the bunker. Can it get fired off? The taunt stopped it from casting its Omega. Even though it was in the perfect position, this should now allow for the Scions to just run free. Scoriox is not going to be long for this world. It's all down to an Arctase versus 6, and that is not going to happen at all. Slicks is out. Wolverine, even with Theodorius, is going to end up falling. Final table, heads up Detective Alané and Luix.
That lightning bolts were just coming down every 2 seconds. It was just pure chaos. I'm sure if we saw the damage, it was just totally busted. Oh, now we get to see the lightning come down again. Because the Fisto won't get targeted first. It'll be the Sinelf. I think this Fisto is going to just start deleting units. This is going to be nasty.
Yep. Gonna come all down to this Phosphorus. Can it bust the bunker? It's gonna certainly try, so it's gonna get a nice Omega right here. The Ranger also into the backline. So here he casts. Actually, the cast going wide to the left. Here comes the first Ophisto cast. Gets a reset. Gets another one. 4 units down. Now the Phosphorus cast into the backline. 1, 2. Needs a few more casts, but retargeting onto the Mammoth. And now it is the only unit standing. Gets tossed around by the Mammoth. And one shot by the Ophisto. Oh my god. Wow. All right, and that is Luix taking a win here. Hey, congrats.
Bryland Step, baby. That's gonna get a Titanor in the front line. You're a Fisto. I don't think there's much that can survive that.
And interestingly enough, that wasn't with an Emberling Rod. That was actually with the Earthgrass Scepter. So the Earth variant of that weapon. So a nice little spin on things. For Granite, also, it looks like. Granite Invoker.
Also interesting to see is that they're only level 8 compared to the next 4 players that were all pushing level 9. But what's going to be really interesting with this next patch is level 10. Level 10 is going to happen almost every game, it seems like, because it's so cheap. 60 MP total difference. I don't even think a Brightland Step you get that much MP over that time period. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these kind of comps in every game. It's going to be absolutely crazy. I cannot wait for this next patch.
Yeah, absolutely. Because right now they feel like such a rarity, which does make them special in a certain part. But at the same time, I want to see them more. They're so fun to watch. I love even seeing a Titanor just hold the line versus an entire team. Like I love seeing this. And seeing Ophisto with its lightning, it's just the next patch is looking incredible. But of course, we still have another game here to go in our current IPL 1000.
Yeah, I mean, think about these kind of comps. Now imagine that it was a Brightland Steps like this, but then you also get like Halcyon Sea level of economy hypercharging this. Like you're gonna have like 5 units that are tier 5 stage 3. It's gonna be absolutely busted. Like we're gonna be seeing the craziest things in the next couple are we gonna be casting? We're gonna be casting the tournament for next week, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That is we got one of the coolest ones yet.
Yeah, Swiss. It's gonna be very interesting. 6 lobbies playing at the same time, or however many lobbies. 4 lobbies, 32 players. I think it's gonna be. And yeah, the new patch is gonna be crazy, and I think maybe that's just what we need, because that's gonna unlock all these composite traits. Because right now you cannot really play around Wildfire because you cannot guarantee a Blaze Knight, or you cannot play around Arcanites. And stuff like this is just gonna be things of the past, where we just stage 3 units are gonna be the norm in the late game, not only in Brightland Steps. And that's gonna open up so many more compositions to be played. I'm really looking forward to that.
And if I recall correctly, as much as I would love to see an exhibition where we had the new economy on Brightland Steps, if I recall correctly, Brightland Steps is just getting straight up removed. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see it, but I definitely understand why it would make for some pretty crazy games. I'd love to see an exhibition on it just because.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like fun game modes as well. In maybe down the line, in 2 years, you bring back old stuff that got removed, right? You get like a supercharged Brightland Steps with 200 HP or whatever it is.
I just have to slightly interrupt for a second. Can we give a shout out to this absolute hype massacre that we have going on right now in our semifinals as a whole? This is an unusual scenario here for the Hype Guild. Like, I am so surprised. I think it's literally Wolverine trying to hold the line here for Hype. And that is incredible considering there's 8 of them in our semis.
Yeah, can you pull up the current standings?
I think that's this here. 2 games, right?
It should be
16 points. 2 wins.
Oh, I'm not seeing it. Sorry, that's on me. I was still watching Silence thing.
Oh, good. Sorry.
Looking good. Balance right here on the tiebreaker. Yeah, Fox Spirit is basically in.
Yep.
Good for him. Now, who's fighting? Who's definitely out? I think Thanatos and Steigen. Two last places. They're gonna have a hard time recovering from that.
They gotta win, and
Slicks needs a miracle.
No, even a win wouldn't get Steigen in.
Yeah. But those 3 guys can still make it.
Yeah, they can all make
And
it.
I think everyone up here can still fall out of the top 4. So I think lobby 1 is going to be interesting. There's a lot on the line because if any of these players makes big mistakes, they're going to be out of the top 4.
I definitely vote we watch game 1.
Yeah, same.
Sounds good.
I think players are going to load in very soon. Just have the first 3 games going on, and then we're going to join them.
Yep, just waiting for the crash period, or the remake period, it looks like.
Yep. And it's going to be Halcyon C here for lobby number 1. Credits
Nice.
from win and lose streaks are doubled. Money.
And those streaks even more important now.
Okay, yep. There was a hype massacre. All right, let's see if hype can come back from that. It's definitely... Yeah, I'm just reading chat. I'm not pointing it out myself again, even though...
No. I read it too. I thought it was hilarious. Nostalgia. It was funny when you said that. I was dying.
It's
right.
Wait, and we also had a
perfect way to
question
explain
from Kevin real quick, which was, when did this game come out? This is a game that's been kind of in development for like the last 3 years. It's still considered, I think, in beta, or is this officially
Open
live?
beta, yeah.
Open beta. So they're still, making changes. Like the game mode is changing here and there, but I'd say it's been solidly out for what, like 4 months now, somewhere around there. Like really like gauntlet mode proper.
Yeah, I guess with the start of the IPL, this game mode right here, the Gauntlet Arena, that has been out since, let's say 3-4 months. But then the team is still working on reworking the whole open world experience to an MMO experience. So we're getting what we have right now, where you run around in the big world, capture all these creatures. You get that in a multiplayer experience in the future. So everybody's very excited for that one.
which somebody got the test, and I'm extremely jealous of. But yes, I definitely look forward to that, as we have here our final game of our IPL 1000 semifinals. Still plenty of people that can make some upsets, try and get themselves back into this one. I think we said for this lobby in particular, only Thanatos is, I believe, the one who's, I guess, mathematically out of making semi or making grands, but everybody else, in one way or another, could do it.
I'm kind of rooting for Thanatos now. I don't know what it is with underdogs, but well, that's not even underdog. That's just out of spite. And
there's
also
always
for
something
point.
fun about stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Well, I need Nariba to move up, all right? I vote and have placed expectations on the people I put my
you place some
thoughts
bets
towards.
on the side? This sounds serious. Prophet getting dethroned here. I'm gonna get Fox Spirit and Luix right. I'm gonna tell you guys.
Haha, you might.
I'm gonna grab
Good
that,
possibility.
that title.
As of right now.
All right.
Plenty of Illuvium left to play here, though.
Weapons are in, baby. What do we got here?
No single fire weapon. Wow. Crazy.
That's unusual.
Thanatos, Ripple Flail, as is Luix. We have Quake Mauler here for Nareba, Aqua Blaster for Wolverine, a Vinebound Cleaver for Detective Align, so 2 rogues, Ambling Rod for Decline, the Arrow Edge coming out for Sota, Airfighter, and then another Ambling Rod for Slicks.
This is going to be so weird, just not seeing really any fire at all, unless they just go for fire despite the weapon. But
I think a bunch
it
of
leaves
people...
a lot of doors open.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna collect those fire units, just hoping to get a fire weapon in the reroll. Just keep the option open.
Like any of these players that have like the chance of a double. So I think there's 2 rogues in this instance. Once again, you got Detective LNA alongside Nariba. And Nariba, I mean, we know they can play rogues, but I feel like if the opportunity is there, they'd rather go for something else.
Well, Scion's definitely taken, so I don't know if they want to do that.
100%.
Can't run that back. There's 3.
Yeah, granted, Wolverine's probably going to go more so towards that Umber instead, with the Aqua Blaster in hand, go for something steam-based, but with there being the 2 Emerling rods, it's going to be tough to just go for Invoker this time, it looks like.
I could see Sota building a good fighter force and then switching to the Boomerang because he already is pushing fighter. And yeah, that's where I would see a weapon swap actually being beneficial.
Risky play though, of course, because you'd have to really hope that you actually even find the fire weapon to begin with, and relying on a reroll. And I think you only get what, 2 shots at trying to change your weapon.
Yep.
It's a scary game to play.
Also, I just realized we've got legendary augments in the field in a Halcyon Sea. This is gonna get really wild.
Oh my! Look at that. Will you look at that?
Naturally dropping.
Arcane Conduit here with a super big boost in energy gain and attack and Omega power, which might come out for the stage 3 links here for Detective Line. That's gonna be crazy. What else we got? Chronic Guard for Wolverine. Same for Slicks. The defensive augment. Not bad. Infinity Core. Big offensive augment for Decline. So is Hyper Striker Protocol for Nareba. Then we got the Berserker's Flurry. I think that is the one I would prefer. You can make a lot of compositions around that. Then Luix doesn't even equip it yet.
Neither does Soda. Both of them haven't picked theirs yet, I don't think. Maybe Luix is actually thinking of switching weapon, and Soda's also wondering what his final comp's going to look like.
Yeah, because we don't see Arrow Edge ever, really.
Yep. And you were calling Thanatos with that Berserker's Flare. I think that's going to be great. If he can get Aegis online, give that to the Rye Plants or a Phosphorus, that could be an absolutely busted unit.
Yep.
Yeah, just being able to take any of your fighters and give them that extra range, make them that much more safe, but yet having all that attack speed as well. It's just perfect.
Luix ended up going for the Omni Spark. Really good augment. That's one of my favorite augments, I think. Really good. Great base stats, and that life is always good too.
Yeah, let's see how it does it. It is currently doesn't have a really good selection on units that could carry with it because it's 5 Bulwarks, 2 Aegis. So super defensive squad coming out for Luix, which should be alright versus the Rogues, but the Rogues might do enough damage to burst through that. Here comes the Invulnerable, Untargetable. Nope, Bulwarks are just holding steady versus those Rogues.
Wow.
No chance. Ooh, what does the damage? Toxic and the Ranger, eh? Yeah. Look at that white bar. That's just the toxic damage. It's huge.
It's actually substantial.
And I was worried for a second there, having Omni Spark onto the Caradulo. I mean, that's to get targets off of you, but then you're just taunting them all back into you. So, like, what is the idea? Well, I guess the idea is still just stop hitting yourself, apparently, because they were just able to win off reflective damage and toxic.
Yeah. Well, either way, he actually didn't trigger the life because both of the Lynxes casted at the same time and it killed it.
Oh.
It took out like 35% of its health in one attack. A lot of people going for that Lynx too. We have 4 people with those Lynxes, or at least 4 of those Lynxes on the board. And then a couple stage 1s with Wolverine.
Wow, so many stage 2s, yeah. Line only needs 2 more small ones, but it's going to be so tough to find them. As we're watching Slicks versus Luix. Can Slicks break the Bulwarks? It doesn't seem like it. Now they also have Arcos as a healer here in the backline, activating Aegis. Oh no, that was him before, but yeah, it looks just as rough. The Doka, I think, joined the ranks. Now 4 Nature active here. Just even more sustaining, a little bit more extra damage with the Doka. But Ranger damage, everybody's crazy.
Half the squad's literally just lounging around on the arena floor because they had nowhere to actually auto attack. Just these Bulwarks extremely early, looking quite nice.
That was a really early level 6. That was a level 9 6. You know, that's pretty crazy. Also, we're forgetting that we're on Halcyon C win streaking bonus.
Yep.
Sota must be wealthy. How much money does he have? I want to get an update there. 44. Now, he's been rolling to keep that, but he's getting 7 extra chips every time. Hooey. Can Slicks break him?
Yeah, up against Slicks, who's going to try and take them down here in this instance. A little Rampy has joined the squad and is actually in a pretty decent spot. Does it get caught by this Emberling Rod, though? It does, but not enough to actually stop it. Good shot, good damage coming on through here from that Rampy. Not an augment in sight on it, but it's still chunked you by a half. Just the beauty of a Rampy so early on in here in this game. But this red squad here from Slicks is doing a fine job trying to fight back. One more Rampy dive, though, is going to get the job done. As the Lynx and Mokir watch along and cheer on their buddies, they will end up continuing this win streak here for Sota.
They literally didn't do anything that entire fight. I think they have 0 damage. They literally have 0 damage. Now, okay, only the monkey has 0 damage. The Lynx got 700. They were just spectators. All right, Sota looking on fire this game. He's like, I'm coming back. I haven't been in a while. I need to get back in.
Yeah, and he's sitting on the bubble of making it, right? Well, all the players need to perform
6
well.
as of right now.
I could see a scenario where the top 4 of this game actually are the top 4 of the semifinals in this lobby. It's perfect.
Could very well be the case here, but curious about Luix in this instance. Because their team looks a little bit, not unhinged, but just a little bit incomplete. It feels like if I were to guess, a poor little Fur Knight in the front line must have just been a last-second add-in off of a level. So I'd be very, very surprised off of that position. And Rampy is going to go up to the top and nearly chunk down this Archos. And the Link's going to be there to get the finishing touch of sorts. But once again, Sota, this isn't necessarily an all-rogue team, but it sure is heck treating it like it. Lots of rogues, but not purely, but lots of damage, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so Lucas is losing his win streak, which is going to be really detrimental at this point. Round 11, right before the PvE round. Nariba holds on to his, which is huge. So he's honestly the only competition to Nariba at this point, I think. Sota in a amazing position. 56 chips, right? MP right now. He's going to be going up, I'm sure. Or did it just change? He's at 41 now. Okay, so he dumped. He's been dumping a lot of money. He's doing a lot of stuff trying to move. Oh, and he's level 7 already. He's just slamming level 7 at round 12. What are we seeing? All right,
that's
so this
fast.
is
My goodness.
Soda's like, I'm gonna have so much money later. I'll just buy all the tier 5 units.
I love
one
how
thing is really
Sota,
awkward, actually. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I love how he goes for the arrow edge, fakes fighters or whatever it is, and then goes pretty deep into the rogues actually, and just kind of blocks Nareba, who is in direct competition with him for the top 4. I wonder what's his final composition gonna be.
I definitely couldn't even register a guess at this as of this moment, because there's just so many like open pathways they can go. But one problem I am seeing is the 2 Scions at the bottom constantly running into each other. It was a big win here for Slicks. They did find Sephoris. Meanwhile, Decline is still on just the Tianti, so that's a little bit rough. But granted, on the contrary, we do see the Krunk already there alongside a Kling here for Decline, and Slicks doesn't necessarily have the tank line. So they both have pieces that they would each want. Some of these are a little harder to get than others, though. The fact that Slicks does have the potential for Invoker, which looks like has been bounded to the Ranger. We'll have to see how this goes here up against Thanatos, who's looking to try and play spoiler here for Slicks.
Yep. Slicks brings the experience that usually knows when to roll down, and he might just have picked this perfect timing, because this C4 is one of the big win conditions of this team. As we can see right here, it's just dealing so much damage. Both the Axons trying their darnest to survive. But that little baby Lynx here, 4,500 damage, actually leading the charge and almost taking down the whole enemy green team. But now the bunker is gonna stand strong versus those last sustain units. That's crazy damage from the Lynx.
It's just a little guy, but yet it's got over 5,000. My goodness.
A perfect augment there with the Berserker's Flurry on it.
Looking at economy again, we've got Wolverine sitting at 79 as well, even though he's taken some hits. I wonder if he lost streaked really well and he's in a win streak right now. I'm not sure. But then Sota still at 100 HP, 70 MP, and now he's just free money. Everything he's earning, he's probably dumping back into his pack, just expanding his lead. He's got a Riptorus now online with a foe, 5 fighter. But Declan, we watching Declan right now? Yep.
Yep, we do have the battle of the bunkers here this time. One has a little bit more tank, one has a little bit more firepower. As of this moment, still extremely early, hard to tell. Let's see as these casts start to go off. As of right now, both the Caradulos are going to end up falling, but having to deal with this Crunk compared to having to deal with this Axon, or both of these Axons, seems like the Decline squad has been able to hold the line just a little bit better. We'll have to see as these Emberling Rodcasts start to come on through. Now one more shot. Okay, Axon on both sides are going to be going down. Now it is just a battle between the back lines, which in theory, this should be Slicks as it takes down one. Nearly takes out the Tianti as well, but now that they can start auto-attacking that Tianti, it is going to be all for naught here, and that Ranger will go down. Decline will end up falling.
We're going to carousel here. We see anything spectacular? I think Sota is in a really good spot. I don't think either of those mules is going to be picked up, and he's going to be able to scoop one up. 4 cost, 4 free, and I imagine he's going to go for Frost late game with his Arrow Blade. But no, they both get scooped up, leaving him with a Wink. Still a 3 cost. That's going to be good for him. He might go for the Force Inverter, though. Oh, look at how big his drone is. He's a big boy. There it is, a 3 cost Wink going to him. And that's actually going to complete dust for him, potentially. Or no, it didn't. No, it did. Yep, Quinks. There it is. So that's so nice. He got exactly what he needed. Sota, just everyone's giving him freebies here. He's gone. This is his game. I don't think he can lose at this point. He's going to be so wealthy. He's level 8 now. He's going to roll down for Phosphorus, Behemoths, Berserkers. He'll have everything fighter. It'll be disgusting. But we're looking at Declan and Wolverine down to the bottom here. Wolverine with Aqua Blaster and 1 Harbinger. Everything else is looking pretty weak, though. How is he holding the line?
And as of this moment, it's got a little Scarebot here to try and enter the fray as well here for Wolverine. It will be the first to get targeted down, and that Emberling shot was just absolutely beautiful. It did tear through a lot of that front line, but as of this moment, there is still a little dash on the left-hand side, really messing with some of these spellcasters. It is finally going to get taken down as the Tianti makes a quick, short work of it. Basically, the only real damage here left on Wolverine's side is coming from the Ranger, but it is not going to be enough to get through this front line from Decline. The bunker composition is going to hold strong and get the win here for Decline.
48-48. 59-59. Everybody is close together again, except Sota, who is leading with 90 only now. Lost his win streak.
But I mean, the win streak's lost.
Yeah, who beat him? Someone's going to be looking pretty strong now.
We see it here. No, we don't.
Like what? I'm still trying to figure out what exactly Soda's even going for, because they have some air, a lot of dust, to be honest.
I guess now it's showing that he has not a clear path. I guess it's just maxing fighters at this point.
Yeah. Might get the job done, but we'll have to see some big damage coming out here from the Ranger off the rip onto that Krunk. Actually nearly took it down, but the blind comes out, slowing things down just ever so slightly. And I feel like Sota, while their squad is pretty interesting and pretty strong, it seems like they're kind of stuck and caught up here onto this front line. Sinalf coming on through now here from Decline, immediately going to blow up the Quinks on the other side, leaving only the Railu. It will end up getting turned on, and Sota, the win streak is over, and maybe it's time to streak the other way.
Yeah, he could build up a good bankroll also by lose streaking. It's gonna do a lot more damage now in the later rounds, though. How is the economy
looking? And if the plan is just to stack fighters, they did just find a polar bear to add to that. So a little bit more terms of damage. 5 fighters currently on the board.
Yeah, it's just so hard to get to 7 fighters without a chip. You need all of them.
Yeah, that's definitely tough. That's for sure.
Insane. He actually rolled down pretty hard there. He's at 74 now, or 34 health. And that was right before the PvE round, so that wasn't great for him.
He does find the Greater Monk here to at least level up the little guy. Does have Fur Knight here for a little extra support. Going up against Detective Alanay, who's currently second in this lobby as of this moment. And in terms of the tournament as a whole, where's Detective? Detective's leading this lobby, so they're exactly where they need to be. Just one more good finish, and they'll have their first Grand Finals appearance in a long time.
It's all about positioning, as it usually is, versus the rogues. Here is a badass looking nimble Sapphire Lynx who just wants to chew on that Fur Knight here. Let's see if it's gonna be able to do that.
Okay, let's see if this Lynx alongside the rest of these rogues can get the job done. As of right now, the Twine is immediately going to get focused down, exactly what it's supposed to be doing, getting that burdened out pretty well immediately, but it is not going to be in time to save the Lynx. Just a couple of smaller rogues left alongside the Stabbin that we see on the left-hand side, dealing with the Revo, and now the Riptorus might have bought enough time, but it is a 4-on-2, but 2 very healthy units here on the red side here for Detective Alanay. Soda trying to get it. A big blind coming out from the Ranger is going to shut down the Rogue's hopes here. Detective Alanay going to take a hit.
Yeah, and I guess we should go to the bottom, where the bottom 2 are going to be fighting each other. That's an important one for both of these players.
Oh, this would be a nightmare for either of these players given their positions. Currently second and fourth in the tournament, or in this tournament lobby. Them going down early would open the door essentially to everybody to let the floodgates in and get themselves into this grand final. They need to find a way to come back and come back quickly. We see the Rake loaded up with augments here for the side of Wolverine to maybe try to be the carry. Meanwhile, ramp fight on the other side.
Yes, sir. It's going to be all up to the Rake, who tries to take down Quinks. Quinks can usually hold its own for a while, but not versus a buffed up Rake cast. Here comes also to roll. The ramp fight goes up into the air. Is going to hit 4 units, but that doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The Ranger is still very healthy, though, doing a lot of damage. Here it comes, though. Ranger and Mammoth going to be able to finish off Nariba's team. Nariba down to 23 HP.
The Omega came out there from that Rake at just the perfect moment to allow for the Stab-in to look elsewhere, which led the free elimination there for that Rake to take out the Penguin. And then the perfect alley-oop of sorts coming out there from the Mammoth. Got the stun on the final 2 units to let that low health Rake get that finishing blow.
Yeah, and honestly, Nariba's not looking good. He is also, if you look at Nariba, or not Nariba, Detective Adeline, his teammate, he got the slashing. And so it looks like the guildies are going to knock each other out, and I don't think Nariba is going to be the one to succeed here.
Yep.
It's like their only saving grace is that they do have the ramp fight, but that is basically it.
And this ramp fight's going to need to do a lot to this corner comp. Can it touch that Seafirst in the back corner? Slashing, have to take a stab and not even taking a little walk around, trying to go in. Gets blinded by the Crunk. No damage is coming through by any of those units. Ramp fight does next to nothing. Slashing gets stunned, gets killed. This team is going to be wiped by Slack's pack. Yeah, there's nothing there. And boom. Nariba at 6 HP. It's going to be a scary position there.
That was like watching something just jump into a brick wall at full speed. Like, you couldn't help but watch in awe, but just at the same time hurt a little bit inside as you see it happening. There was absolutely nothing that Nariba's squad could do in that instance. Even, I think, like you mentioned, the ramp fight went up and it did nothing at all. It has some Omega power. It still didn't do anything at all.
And now he gets to get sent off by his teammate, saying, well, here are your rogues. You can take them from my dead body. Good luck. Carry our guild forward.
I love that accent. It was well said. That's gonna happen. Look at that. You staring down the gun of a barrel. Double shotgun here. Malura plus slashing. That's gonna be a rough one.
Don't know how I'm supposed to commentate after being narrated by Deckard Cain, but we're going to try our very damnedest here. As we see the big stun coming out here in the top right, to at least stall up some of these rogues. We'll have to see where if fight goes. Good spot, actually, but it is getting focused down by the Penguin for a moment's time, down to half health. Again, the Omega was just not there, and the rogues from Detective Alan A will end up taking down their teammate. Nariba going to fall in 8th, and that leaves the door wide open now, as Nariba was 4th in the lobby. The transfer spot for the grand finals is wide open.
You know, if Nariba would have sold all those units there, in this case, I think it would have been a sign of good luck. You know, like, because there's no chance. That would have been funny. I would have been, you know, emojiing the whole time too, probably. Just like...
Yeah, don't give our contestants wrong ideas, because it's very much against the rule of conduct to sell your units. So
very true. You'd still get deducted 50 points. You're right.
But yeah, at least emoji all the way through.
Yeah, and our Scion player is still in the game, right? Who is it? Slicks.
Decline got it.
Oh, and yeah, Decline needs the 2. Yeah, already with 2 Invoker.
Yeah, 5
34
Scion.
health. Luix looking quite strong with his 6 Bulwark. Aegis comp here, buffing up a Forest and a Riptorus. Oh, he's got the Omni Spark. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Pretty nasty. Thanatos, 23 here. Trying to get out of 8th place.
PvE round. Should we check out second game real fast? You can give us a rundown.
Can absolutely give the rundown here in this instance. So Balance, who's currently 4th on that side, has 1 HP left, trying to go for Invokers. Does have Sephoris, does have Octius, but is in a very, very rough spot. Meanwhile, Fox Spirit leading the lobby, leading this game as well. Fully loaded up Fire Squad with that Boomerang. Maru currently 3rd in the lobby, and 2nd. Fury's trying to break it in. Has Mud, I believe, completed as well. Stygian right there with a different form of Scion composition as well. Hollow, short to follow with AI Blaze, and Lemko, who's currently 2nd, having a bit of a harder time. We might see our first elimination here with Balance.
Thank you. Fox Spirit on a run, it seems like. Gonna be interesting to see how that lobby works out as we are going back to live here. Wolverine versus Slicks. Both players need this win. Both players low on health.
Yeah, extremely low, but not done just yet. I'm looking for that Sin-Off. That's exactly what you want alongside your Arctace to try and help just blow up this bunker as fast as possible. Meanwhile, the Rake on the right-hand side kind of stuck on the Crunk. Does have some backup with that stabbing and the Riptorus, but it is going to end up falling. A lot of the front line has fallen here for the green side.
More laser.
Rake does get turned on. Here's another laser. It takes down 2, takes down 3 actually. And now the untargetable. Is it going to be enough to actually turn and burn? Actually, yes, it's going to allow for the Scions from Wolverine to finish things up. Nothing else in front of it but enemies, and they were still able to shoot it down.
Wow. Perfect Sin-Off lasers. And then the Rake just with 5% HP gets another cast out. Everything went right here for Wolverine.
And I was looking at Thanatos there also just because he's also in the bottom. He was going at Sota, managed to hold off Sota. Sota dropping down to 32 HP from his reign at 100. Maybe his unfocused point is now leading him to fall.
Yeah, all these players, again, super close together. It's a fierce competition, and we're looking at Slicks right now. I'm still surprised with this corner composition. Now also another Rado. How are you down at the bottom? I guess Sin-Off will be a big power spike. He's not getting it for this match. And it's gonna be so tough. He's going up versus, I think, the hardest team right now. Detective Align with the double Vanguards. He's gonna try to bust this bunker open. And it is looking Not so good so far, but the slashing is still untargeted here in the bottom middle, and it's slowly but surely slashing its way into the back line. Now it's waiting its turn, but that is very tough for Slicks. That might be 17 damage. It is 19 damage, -2. Knocked out in 7th position.
And that is the end of Slicks. He will not be able to make it there, I don't think.
No, currently in 7th. There's no way he's coming back from that, unfortunately.
Thanatos sitting at 2 HP now. He's got to be shaking his boots. Oh, man. If he's going against Luis, he's going to be in a really bad day. What's he going against? Declan. Decline.
That's still tough. That's still a tough squad.
Devil Invoker Granite. And the Granite's going to be painful. Unless he can get the angle with the bird. The bird's got the jagged edge. Like, this could be interesting. Berserker's Flurry.
Give it that little extra range, maybe stay a little bit safer, but where does this Sinolf cast? It does, of course, have that Infinity Core, giving it plus 60 to Omega Power just by itself, let alone the other ones. Here it comes, shot on through, right through Character Low, right through the Fur Knight, gonna evaporate them both. That Tornado is nowhere near there in the nick of time to try and save that one. But as of this moment, the Forest is now going to end up being targeted. One more shot from the Sinolf as well, immediately deleting the tank. One shot, Forest is down. Only damage left here on the green side for Thanatos is going to be that Ranger, and that is definitely not going to be anywhere enough. The run will end here for Thanatos in 6th place in this game.
People are running out of HP. Wolverine at 6, Sota 13. Oh, wow. This will be crazy.
Oh, here we go. Got another one on the way here, and this could still be a nightmare scenario for Wolverine if they do end up falling in. Obviously not the worst case scenario, but there are plenty of people, I think, still in this one that would like to be able to pass. Well, no, there's only 2 left, so we'll have to see how this one goes. Lots of last-minute moves here for Wolverine to try and stay in this game.
Wolverine must be feeling happy here versus the Ghost Army. Gets a free positioning advantage over Sota's Ghost. And the Umber is going to wreak havoc on the battlefield. Let's see if it can continue to do so. It's all coming down to this battle here. Ranger versus Umber. Ranger trying its best to stay alive. Now it's going to go up versus this Seer. But yeah, it's Umber does what Umber does. And it kills your whole team without even batting an eye. That's going to be it for the Ghost here only. But Sota falls to his real enemy. Decline falls as well. Wolverine, with this win, makes it into the top 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what Wolverine wanted to see. And a nice final move here for Decline as well. By them not losing as badly, it gives them a good shot to maybe make the pass on to Naribo. We'll have to see later on when the results truly come on through here. But good on them to hang on as long as they did. Got a bunch of updates here on the other side from the other game while we're in this NPC round. We did, let me go through the results as of right now. So Fox Spirit's still leading alongside Fury Hype and Hollow Hype. That's everybody who's actually left in this one. Maru fell in 4th, Stegan fell in 5th, AI Blaze in 6th, Lebko in 7th, and Balance in 8th. So Fox Spirit on an absolute charge, but same here with Hollow and Furies, who are both on the outside looking in to try and get into that top 4.
Well, Wolverine's got to go against the lobby leader here with a Steam Sinelf, a Steam Ranger, and a Steam Umber. This is going to be pretty nasty. If that Umber survives, he's gaining a lot of buffs every 8 seconds. It's going to be 11% attack damage and 11 damage amp. Oh no, it's gaining 11 energy per second and 11% energy damage amplification. That is going to be crazy.
And the way this team comp is set up here on the other side for the weeks, I don't see burst damage on this squad. So the longer this goes, the better for Wolverine. Let's see it.
Yep, we got the stacking Umber. That's what you want to have if you are on the side of green. But we also have the Riflins here, looking very good. Going into the backline, easy pickings. And now everything is going to be on the Umber. So let's see if that can make it happen. I doubt it. And it falls in the end. Wow, that was way more decisive than we thought.
Umber did 12k damage. It tried to carry, but it was just not enough. That we talked. They didn't have burst. Well, that Rye Plants was literally one tapping like tanks. That was ridiculous how much damage it was doing. And then the toxic, they did get quite a few toxic there.
Talking about tanks, we didn't really have any. I think that was the problem. There was no time being bought for the Umber, as there was only 2 Bulwark units in Wolverine's team, when one of them being Atlas.
Yeah, I definitely missaw that composition. I thought that was a little Riptorus, not even a fully evolved Ripland. So it definitely packed more punch, but another thing, if there's no burst damage, I mean, swarming 7 Alluvials onto 1 definitely kind of makes up for it as well. As we have heads-up play now, Detective Alané up against Luix. Got the Rogues versus the Fighters, a tale as old as time, basically, here in Illuvium. Let's see this one.
Rogues in the back line attacking the nimble Zephyr Lynx, managed to get untargeted, but the Rye Plants just turned back and give it a tap. It's now in the Malura, stabbing away, deletes it, even though it tried running away. All that's left is a slash in it. Slash is going down. Luix is just in a dominant position here. Detective Alané, I'm not sure what he can do to improve his position either. A Jotun, that's the only thing he can get. A Gnarl, potentially. Even it's what's interesting is he's got 4 air, so he's actually got some decent dodge chance, but they're hitting their shots on him, and it's hurting. Every time that Riptorus Rye Plants hits, it is devastating.
Yeah, this is a crazy setup. We got 6 nature, we got 6 bulwarks, so much sustain, but then we have also the damage from Wildfire, from the Blaze Knight coming in, from the Forest, and obviously from the Rye Plants. Let's see if Detective Alané found something to win this match.
If he found something, he had to find it right here, right now. Riplant's immediately going on to the Malura, taking it down by half. The Charm is going to slow it up for just a moment's time. Going to be forced to go untargetable, down to a quarter HP. Can the Lynx maybe take it out? Nope, it's focused on the Blazonite, actually. Does take that part down, but now it's a relatively even battle with the Penguin still in this one here. Big Charm from the Malura is going to slow things down as well, but it's now going to let the Penguin turn onto this Riplants. Is it going to be able to get the job done? No, it is going to be the Riplants, even with 2 sets of Quinxes, going to be able to deny the crowd control and deny the win here for Detective Alané. Luix is going to wind up with game number 3 up on top and putting themselves in through the grand finals.
Yes, Luix!
Well, real quick, do we want to watch the last fight for Lobby 2?
Yes,
I think it's about to happen in just a second.
We thankfully have an NPC round so we can breathe for just a moment, but yeah, 100% this next fight will be the ender. 14 for Furies, who's been able to get the comeback here onto Fox Spirit, and I'd argue that Furies needs every point they can to give themselves their best chance at cracking that top 4. Since Hollow also had a good run, it should make up for an interesting couple of last moments here.
So we're looking at Fox has the typical boomerang comp. No, it's not typical at all. He's got an Umber. He's got a Phosphorus, a Jotun. What is this composition he's built? This is disgusting. 3 Arcanite, Phosphorus. Oh my gosh. Just first look, I don't think Furies has a chance.
Oh,
but what do we got? We
God.
got 4 Mud. I mean, if the Mud hit those units, they're going to sap so much attack damage, so much. Oh, it's going to be very interesting to see the position. Are they going to do any position changes? Why is no one moving anything? They're all just standing still. This is making me anxious just watching this. Furies, do something. Let me know you're alive.
He seems to be fully confident in his position. Last second, Umber and Phosphorus come onto the left side. Phosphorus straight onto the Monk here, which is huge. Monk here is going to be taken out. Phosphorus pretty low, though. Gets stunned. Umber also stunned. Gorilla gets another cast out, finishing off the backline over there. Umber trying its best to stay alive, but it cannot. Fox Spirit is not going to take 3 wins back-to-back. Furious is going to take that one.
Let's go, Furies. What happened?
There
How?
we go.
Well, all I saw was the Phosphorus get tapped like twice by the Exalted Monk here, and it chunked so much HP.
Yeah.
I'm honestly looking at these comps, I would not think that Furious has a chance. He's down a level. He's going against this monstrosity that Fox Spirit has built.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just position. What I could see is that I think every mud unit was attacking a different unit, which is one of the key things you got to do with mud. And then they died with the buff activated on each of those units. And then that just spread like this power disease that just amplified all of their units.
That's definitely one way to think about it, because 100% just spreading the stats all over the place here. Because I was really worried when I saw that monk here get immediately popped right through the Indomitable, no chance. But everything else just kind of fell with it.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm already one page ahead. I'm looking at the scores. I'm taking a sneak peek.
Thought you were going to give us a replay. I think were you waiting for the replay? I was like, replay? No, it's fine. All right, well then let's go over the stats. Let's go look it over.
I'm so sad. I was preparing my prophet speech right here.
Oh!
But then Detective Airline takes down Luix, and Luix actually second place here, 19 to 20 points.
Yeah, well, fair enough. So, for lobby number 1, Detective Alan with the win, getting themselves into the grand finals alongside Luix and Wolverine and Decline. So I was worried about there being no guildies. Well, we got both of them in. No problem there. Meanwhile, Sota 1 point away from getting on through. Nariba, that final game definitely hurt, unfortunately. Then Slicks and Thanatos wrapping up that one. But then on the other side here for lobby number 2, we do have Fox Spirit and Maru leading the charge, alongside Lemko, and then Furies does make it in over Hollow. Getting that win was the difference maker, and getting Furies on through. Hollow on the outside looking in. Balance, after a fantastic run, is going to end up 6th, though. Well, fantastic run for all these players for making it this far as well, of course. But AI Blaze in 7th, and then Stegan going to wrap up the lobby in 8th.
Wow.
Fox Spirit showing a dominant experience in lobby 2. 23 points. It's huge. Huge.
Yep.
Lobby 1 was disgusting, though.
Heartbreaking for Nareba, because he was able to win a lobby, but then
started off so strong.
Yeah, the other 2 games just fell apart for him. But I think he's definitely in the World Championship, so not everything is lost. And today is only the semifinals, right, guys? So these are our 8 players tomorrow. The ones in green gonna be battling it out tomorrow in a checkmate format, which can go up to 6 games.
Bringing that back, eh? Let's go.
That's gonna be.
Well,
huge.
we have another upset. I love that upset last week. That last 1,000. It was awesome to see it change. Slooper probably hating that I'm saying it, but he's he had more points, but didn't quite make it. We'll see if we have a similar situation tomorrow.
Yep.
Hey, Slooper made up for it in the 500 release, so winning that one.
He did.
Yes, sir. So tomorrow we're gonna have this was only the warm-up, right? Tomorrow we're gonna have the grand finals for $20,000 on the line. We're gonna have the player interviews afterwards. We're gonna see who are the 48 players that qualify themselves for the $150,000 World Championship in the IPL that is coming up at the end of November, start of December. And then next weekend we are getting our last 12 players in through the final call event. So it's action-packed bunch, week after week, day after day, and I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be at 2 p.m. UTC. So our usual start time for tournaments is also going to be the start time for the stream. We hope to see you all there to see who we are going to crown our final IPL 1000 champion here in the last IPL event before everything else is going down.
It's just, again, it's been a very, very exciting month already, and we're getting essentially to the climax. We had, of course, the 2 1000s, the 500. We have wrapping up our 1000 tomorrow. Last call is going to be incredible, and new patch on top of the last call. It's just extremely exciting time to be a competitor here in Illuvium.
I have nothing else to say. I'm so excited for tomorrow, and then I'm even more excited for the patch to see what happens in the final call, and then we have the World Championship. It's building up. It's the end of the year. Christmas is coming, baby. Oh, I'm pumped.
Yeah, Christmas is gonna come early in the IPL. We're gonna see you tomorrow for the grand finals. Until then, have a good one and see you tomorrow.